1 second. Put him back. Yes.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to a
Hello.
critically average adventure, and welcome to this adventure that we call Out of the Cold. It's a D&D 5e campaign. I'm playing with my friends, and these are my friends. When last we saw our individuals, our band, our merry posse, our group, they had made their way into the Einroot forest, following the instructions of some bugbears who led them off the main track to a rest area that has been cleared out. So no longer are they being mugged. The bugbears are mugging them in different ways. They have found this rest area in the middle of the forest with sort of wooden huts that are for staying in overnight. There is a food hall, but there are still some of the traditional things here in this clearing, like a shamanic hut. However, upon speaking to some of the individuals of the bugbears that were there, they discovered that one of their individual guests, new staying guest, was rather pungent and smelly, and discovered that it was a demon. Devil. I'm going to do a jack. Yeah, demon, devil. Wrong way around. Devil. One of the devils that you had released. Yala. Oh. You bring snacks?
Snacks.
Oh, you are good.
And coffee.
Thank you.
It's quite full.
Time.
Thank you.
You need anything else?
No, I'm good, baby.
You
Thank
sure
you
you
very
got
much.
everything?
Thank you.
Do they want anything?
No, they're not having anything. They're not allowed.
Okay. I was going to make cookies. Is that a good idea or a bad idea? Good idea or a bad idea?
I don't mind. You do it.
What's that?
That looks like cinnamon grahams. Yes, got it right.
I like cinnamon.
So yeah, and they fought a rather gooey battle. A rather sticky situation they got into by webbing the demon to the ground, and it just could not get out, basically. And thusly they beat the living daylights.
Constantly pushing it here and
Yeah, just pushing it into stuff and squashing stuff, and yeah, it was quite. Although our wizard was pretty bashed up in this combat, was and Ray, I think,
and
as
not
well.
by the enemy.
No.
Hey,
Yeah,
I fixed Nyala.
yeah, that happened too.
Ish.
After the fight and your talk with Harmer, the female shaman of the bugbears, you were led into their hut, and I believe we left it where you had entered the hut. With some nice perception checks, you had noticed a symbol of the Moor laying upon a kind of like an altar with like fabric strewn over and lots of strange symbology placed around it. And then Harmer had lifted up a trap door and said, "Come see." And I don't think we're all in this scene. I think Rayla is putting together scraps and was maybe making their way back at some point.
No, we're coming along after.
Yes.
It's literally just an action that I go up, turn Scraps on, and he puts himself back together.
Oh, okay. Then that's very simple for you to do.
It's just turning up, getting the skull, pressing a button, throwing him at the rest of his bits, leaving, and in a minute he'll be back together again.
And some of the bugbears were helping you collect some of the bits that had strewn scraps over the.
He puts himself back together. I've just got to use like a first level spell slot to make it all start. So, Scraps is currently Iron Gianting it through this bugbear clearing.
Just kind of putting itself back together.
Sorry, what was your name again?
My name is Harmer.
Harmer, right. What's down there?
You better. I can't remember the bugbear. You better come see. Come
I
down.
mean, forgive me for not wanting to go down dark trapdoors without prior knowledge or context. It's been a bit of a day.
Going to be a crystal, isn't it?
No, not quite.
Really not quite.
Because it's not there anymore.
Ah. Well, ladies first.
Yeah.
And
Come
she
on,
just
then.
gestured to Anna to go.
I will
Mm.
go down. I'll go to this bugbear. Let me down, lady. And like Jara will just start kind of chunking down. You traverse down a wooden ladder. Are the rest of you going or no?
You just hear on the shack.
Yeah, the door opens and you can just see Ajara kind of dipping down. Are you coming? You can come too if you want. It's okay.
Sure, why not? I've done worse. Just goes into a shaman elf's basement. Done worse.
Or bit like, yeah. What's
At this point, the shaman has dipped below. You are got a moment alone, folks, in the hut, Nyala and Arden.
I want to look at that shrine again. Does it look like that this is just a shrine that of bits and pieces that they've collected from their meetings of these things, or does it look like a shrine to them all?
Religion, kind of interpreting a sacrament.
And that would be an 11.
11 doesn't look like random collected items. There is purpose behind it, but what, you're not sure with that. So it's a partial success, I'm going to say. But
What do you think?
They've had run-ins with them. They know about them. Whether they know what they're all about, I don't know. But this is all a bit too familiar.
You tell me. Right. Let's not get separated.
Yeah.
But I don't think I have another fight in me, to be honest.
I mean, if I had an hour, I'd be ready to go again. But right now, I can do with it. Just put my feet
Non
I am-
up for a little bit.
stamina, I swear.
I am below half health.
Well, if anything bad happens, just stay behind me then, I guess. All right then.
That's usually how it works.
No, that's usually a rook's job, but anyway.
Well, he's stuck in a box.
He's trying to see his family, okay?
In the box.
Yes.
Anyway,
Go on.
let's go down the ladder.
Let's go maybe get killed.
down the ladder you go.
This is
Into
a terrible
a-
idea, but okay.
Below the level of the snow, you kind of dip down and you start seeing earth and mud and roots and a tunnel supported by rough hewn wooden beams, very low ceiling. The taller of you are having to duck below the beams where it separates the ceiling. Ray, you cruise on through, no problem at all. You can just see Ajara ahead, and you can just about make up that there is a dull light at the end of the corridor that Ajara goes towards, and you can hear the words of the bugbear shaman Harmer. Just a little further. That's it. Follow on down. Watch your head there. Oh yeah, there was a bit of a collapse. Don't worry about that. It's fine. Keep going. And you follow on behind. And the room eventually opens out, but not before a smell comes to your nostrils, all of you, the smell of death, the smell of rotting meat or partially decayed flesh. And as the room opens up, you witness an individual pinned to a wall. They are nailed through the wrists, through the feet, to a broad sideways cross. Not a crucifix, but a cross this way. And each of their appendages are stretched out. And there are heavy iron nails driven through their wrists and feet. They hang limp on this device.
Are they dead or alive?
They are.
I would like to check that.
Yep, well, you can go and make me a medicine check.
What did the poor bastard deserve? What did you deserve that?
Do
Where's
not
Watson's
call him a
okay.
poor bastard.
Who's he?
Oh,
She's-
Christ. Sorry to interrupt. I got excited. 27 for a nat 20.
Okay.
All right. Oh my God,
What's this
actually,
guy's blood type?
we've literally got house in the building here tonight, everybody.
By the way, I am actually proficient in medicine.
You look okay. I'll finish the conversation with with
Apologies.
Harmer first with Nyala. Don't call him a poor bastard. Him and his retinue slaughtered many of us. Managed to capture him and have him here.
So,
This is where we kept him.
is he from the mall?
He had one of them tokens round him. You seen him? A little disc
Yes.
with fangs on it.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
look familiar. This
The-
person.
No, not to you. No.
Any of us recognize him?
Here. Now, describe to me, everybody, those that have travelled through, what was your time like in Mordensow? So that'd be Ray, that'd be Nyala, and that would be Arden. You've all been that way, but tell me, was it a brief sojourn straight like journey through where you didn't really stay much? Was it an investigatory kind of thing? Was it a sojourn? Tell me about some of the time there, because I know you haven't been there and I haven't described much about it, but you might have some ideas of what you did there.
I stayed there for a little while, had a little shop, made enough money to get the passage over to
Down to
Kikanzax.
Kikanzax. Okay, yours was very transactional then. Yours wasn't.
I just needed money, so I
yeah.
made some magic
Okay, cool.
items there
So
for
there
a
was
while.
no sort of. There was maybe just a stop at an
There you go.
inn, a couple of rounds of food, some ale or whatever, and that
I
kind of
stayed there
stuff.
for like enough time to like get enough money for the thingy over.
Yeah, passage on a caravan or something. Yeah, that's fine.
I think it was an airship. You wrote it.
An airship. Yes, we took. You took. I know who you took.
Yeah.
Shush.
Yeah. I'd say I was there for about 6 months.
Okay.
For Nyala, I think it's a little bit more complicated because since she's on a merchant ship, they go
Yeah.
back and forth between different cities. So they would still a couple of days in one city, move to another, couple of days to replenish everything. More than so, since it's one of the biggest city, I would say we had several trips there.
Yeah.
Like, so enough to have habits, enough to have people that we know.
Okay. I'm gonna make you roll me a charisma check.
What? Okay.
Straight up charisma.
Straight up charisma. I have a +2 to this kind of things. 11.
11. Okay. You and the crew managed to deal with the sort of merchant level folk and some of the kind of, general populace. Your influence upon your time when you were there did not kind of grant you any access to any of the upper echelons of society while you were there. None of the royals or dukes or anything like that.
I mean, yeah. I imagine we're more like under the coat of whatever we're dealing with.
Yeah, I mean, there was obviously an official reason for you to be there, but well, whatever else came on board was whatever else came on board.
We are not pirates. Stop it.
What about you, Van Albert? Yours was obviously probably on the way through, traveling to one of the destinations from the maps.
Yeah. Obviously, Morden Soul would be the main on and off continent
Thoroughfare.
thoroughfare. But I can also imagine that it would be, with Zimrica kind of being a place that many, especially many within the order, were kind of laid to rest.
Yes.
That if there were to be remains to be shipped down to said remains, and dealings would where they would be brought to Morden Soul by other collections of the monks, and then they would be met by those from Zimrica there, where they would be handed over before they would travel further down south.
Yeah, so it's kind of a passing through point for yourself. Now, you've not been much involved in that burial process, really, Arden.
No.
No. So, roll me a...
Very much the kind of +1 to everything.
Yeah. Let's have you as a doing me. Let's have a religion check from yourself. Again, sorry, it's the second one of the game.
That's all right.
It's a rare one to roll twice. Same thing in a row.
And once again, it's an 11.
11. So again, it's not for the DC I was looking for, but you did get the feeling that there are multi-faith places within here. And you would have overheard that there were people here from from Hector, from and you would have also understood that again the south seems to be very focused on Melora, the kind of with the wilderness and the wildness and that kind of stuff. So a lot predominantly here was that, but yeah, so I'm going to say that this person's outfit is not very familiar to you. You can't make it out, and there is quite a lot of ruin upon the garments upon this individual. There are clearly old wounds and things, and where the garments have been torn, and there is some soiling of the clothes where this individual has passed. But Ray, with that very high medicine check, you notice something very strange. You notice pinprick holes all over the arms and the body. They look like they're kind of shut again. But
this is going to sound a little thingy, but a bit like track marks.
With that high, I'm going to say it's not something going in. Looks like something has been pulled out.
Do they follow the lines of the major veins?
Yes.
Okay.
Can I see what you mean?
Arden. For some reason, this man? Question mark.
Yes, male. Dark
Has
hair,
had-
straggly, kind of hanging down one side of the face. Quite slim, pale individual.
I like put his hair out the way of his face so I could see his face properly.
Yeah. There was a look of anguish.
Yeah.
Maybe left
For
upon the
disguised
face in
self
rigor.
reasons.
Yeah.
I want to look at his face for disguised self reasons.
Yep, you memorise this individual's face.
It's like you.
There's a slight
later.
stubble to the face, bagged under the eyes. It looks like that.
Been
You
here
can
a
tell that the
while.
clothes were fine at one point. But it also, with that check, you can also establish that the death happened quite some time after them being placed here.
Yeah. A lot of pooling.
Yeah.
Arden, for some reason this man has had his blood drawn quite a lot.
I
As
mean, if
take
his was
Arden
from the
towards-
mall, I guess it just wanted the crystal inside of his blood.
The crystal blood.
Yes.
I have some of that. 1 second.
No. Ow. No, put that down. Do not put it in contact of anything, would you?
No, but I'm wondering.
Oh dear.
I get like a stiletto knife and I make a nick.
What are you doing to him?
Wondering if he's like the others.
What
Chimera?
others?
They bleed wrong. I say to the shaman, some of the Moors bleed wrong.
What do you mean?
Did you do this to him, or was he already like this?
We put him on the wall. Then
Did
some
we
others
lose-
came.
Did any of you touch his blood?
We tried to keep clear of it because it was all, well, it wasn't always.
Shine it?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah,
What
don't
you-
touch his blood. And I stop paying attention to the man and be like, okay, like this, and I pull out like a vial of the same stuff.
Yeah, and you see those crystals kind of like swirl round as you move it, and then they kind of just drop down.
Okay, yeah. Don't let any of the blood touch you. Terribly diseased.
Well, that's the thing. He hasn't got much of it left because when the others came, they drew that most of it out of him.
Sorry,
Others.
others.
Yeah,
How
we had
many
some people
others?
that came down and they were like, well, like, what's going on? We said, oh, we got this guy. And they were like, oh, we've seen them before up in Morden South. In fact, we punched some. Then
These are
they,
the same people who said start an inn rather than bandit people.
yeah, same ones.
Okay, so good guys most likely.
Potentially.
Well, they hate the Moors.
Well, there's that, but that doesn't mean much. I mean, everyone these days has an agenda, so.
I mean, the enemy of my enemy may be a friend. Perhaps I'm being optimistic.
They had some big bits of what you got,
Yeah.
like a big
Dude.
bit.
Yeah, we've
Yeah.
Calling me a
We've seen-
beast.
we've seen big bits before as well.
Well, they used it like, I don't know what you'd call it. Like, you ever rubbed your fur really hard, and then you put it near something, and then something's gone near it.
Yeah, yeah.
Static
This-
electricity.
That's what it's called. I call it the sparks.
Static
they
electricity.
use-
Yeah, static
Yes.
electricity.
They used a
Basically
crystal
this,
like
you
that.
cast Shocking Grasp.
the bugbear's hair stands on it.
Oh.
So I'm
That-
sorry, you're saying they used the larger crystal to draw out the smaller crystals from it.
Magnetism. It works like magnetism.
Yeah. While he was alive.
That must
I
have
didn't
been
keep my
horrific.
stomach.
That sounds painful. That's what the
didn't keep-
pinpricks are. It's the crystals leaving.
I didn't keep my
Oh.
stomach that day.
How did they do that?
They had it in like a little thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe not if they're collecting crystals.
I mean, I have a whole ass theory on what they're doing, but I rather keep that to me
No, the
being
fact that they work like
paranoid.
magnetism. The fact that it works like magnetism. I wonder if we had a large enough one, we'd be able to detect other people of the moors.
Actually,
Yala,
do. Yes.
do you have the freaky speak with dead spell prepared?
I can look, but no, I don't think I have it, unfortunately.
Yeah, I can't help you there.
Um,
He's been dead way too long for me to help.
no. You're going to have to give me a day for that.
Well, we can stay the night.
Do you
Try
guys
again
have a lot
tomorrow.
of salt?
No. Why
Yeah,
would
we
you
got
ask?
some.
About a head's worth.
Possibly. Why?
Well, she needs to talk to him.
I don't need salt. I'm not
Yeah,
like
but-
you.
Yeah, but it'll smell after a while.
Sure enough.
He's already been here a while. I think one more night isn't going to hurt the state of him,
Yeah, but
especially when he's
how-
been desanguinated.
how does
It
the speak? Okay,
preserves
I'm
the
gonna need
bodies.
logistics. How does the speak with dead spell work? And can you only cast it once?
You can only cast it once on one.
And
one
Jack
corpse.
knows the rules. I'm trying to add in canon.
You just seen Yella just get out a spell book and like flip to a page.
Just just does the thing where he like leans it down and looks over your shoulder.
Has it been 10 days?
well over 10 days.
Sorry?
Yeah, it's been here ages.
Ages.
Well over 10 days. If you remember, it took you 2 weeks to get here.
I can only use my spell here because this corpse is older than 10 days.
Pardon me, excuse me.
So I'm sorry. Can you speak to it or not tomorrow?
I cannot. It has been too long since he's dead. His soul
Yeah.
is very far away from me.
All right. Never mind then.
I wish I could do something about it, but
We kept it here for a, well, warning to anyone else like it what came.
as a more person from the mall coming,
I thought it was only if somebody else had talked to it for 10 days.
The
I
spell
didn't know there
fails
was
if the
a
corpse
time
was the
limit.
target of the spell. Oh yeah, it's only if it was. Just to have a mouth and can't be undead. Oh yeah, no, it's 10 days, but 10 days if it had the spell cast on it. It has not had
sorry.
that spell cast on it. No.
okay,
And
sorry.
then like
My fault.
then you can just keep
So it
talking
can
to them
be.
after 10 days. You just have
You
to
could-
wait 10 days and
Yeah.
wake it back
So
up
it
again
can only be done once every 10 days on the same
Yeah.
corpse.
per corpse.
Oh, I thought it was just
One and done.
one and done. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Ray's idea is to just have our own Moor agent.
The tricky thing is the 5 questions.
No,
Yeah.
but like to have our own Moor agent by just and sticking him in a barrel of salt so he doesn't decay.
I
You wanna
don't
take
think
a
he can
more
decay
person's
that
head.
well, considering he's got no blood.
Basically mummify a guy.
But he already is. Look.
It's
Yeah.
weird. It seems you can see
Medicine and nature.
on those
Does
pock
he rot?
marks that you see, Rayla, you can see that there is blood. It's like, how can I describe it? You're spot on when you're talking about the crystals being pulled out, but you can see that it bled afterwards.
My question is, it's been 2 weeks since the guy died, presumably.
More than that, yes.
More than that. Advanced decay would have probably kicked in by now.
Yeah, there is some sort of degree of refrigeration because you're beneath the cold earth.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
And we could talk to him 5 questions and then leave him here, or we could take him with us. And the
You
only
want
part
you
we
want
to talk is the
you
head bit.
basically want to take your own sort of portable more wiki with you,
Yes, effectively.
but you can only search 5 times on the more wiki.
Yeah,
I'm
every 10 days.
attempting,
Yeah.
being an artificer, to make a more
It's like they've
Wikipedia.
put that. Yeah, they've
This guy's
they've
going to
put a
get so
paywall.
sick of that if we keep doing that. He's just going to be like, oh, fuck, not
Just
again.
this
Can you
soul
guys
from
just
beyond the
leave
grave. What do
me
you want
alone?
now?
Just want to be left in peace. Come on, Salty. Speak.
Come on, Salty. Speak.
I mean, I hate this idea, but I really want to do it.
As Arden, it's abhorrent because of your knowledge of the dead.
Like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's like you're literally like having this guy's soul on your beck and call and a head in a bag.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh,
we
that's
just need the head.
horrifying.
That's the thing. We just need the
Ag-
head.
Again, we don't need to take a whole corpse. All we need
And
is
the
a
thing
mouth.
is, if you stick his head in a bag of salt, eventually he's just going to become one of those horrible little shrunken heads.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, how they actually did that to do the shrunken head was they would remove pieces of skull to make it that small. Gradually, then it would reknit and then get smaller.
Basically, what's the guy from Baldur's Gate?
Which
one?
one?
The skeleton
guy.
guy.
Withers.
Withers. I want a Withers.
Oh,
You
Or
want
just the skull.
pocket
Yeah.
withers.
Pocket Withers.
Withers in your pocket.
Wikipedia.
Wikipedia. Very good.
Oh,
That is
God.
Ray's idea.
Bravo.
I think that Wiz is actually the god of death that was before Mercury and everything.
Right.
Ray's idea.
Rayla?
Take the head, take it with us. We don't have to stick around.
Can we see what he has to say first thing tomorrow before we decide to take him on a road trip?
Sure. It's just, how long do you want to stay here when we're chasing demons?
Devils.
Devils. Religion.
That's the difference.
Yes, one of them's are even worse assholes. I get it. I get the names mixed up.
Well, you're welcome to stay
Not the
with us here
concept.
if you wish to. Like, you've done more than enough. You can have here, and they pull out of their one of their little leather satchels a couple of little they look like little rat's tails, and tied up, and there's a little ticket on it, of a piece of paper or parchment. Here, you take them. They'll sort you out, and it just says on the little ticket, 1 free meal.
Thanks.
No, you should go and try it. It's got really good.
Right. How much is a meal normally?
Well, 5 gold.
I'm sorry.
5 gold.
That better be the best meal I've ever had in my life to charge 5 gold.
Well, when you're out here in the cold, cold wastes.
With devils and fucking more people.
And okay, I don't know much about hotels or inns, but how many of them have dungeons?
Well, this was here before. that. We did the upgrades. And
How
before
far does
Myth,
this go?
what?
How far does this go?
Oh, it's just this.
Oh,
I'm just
Just
saying, you
this.
could put like a pool table. Make it look less dungeony.
Well, we always had this as a sort of gathering place for worship
of what?
of the forest, things
Okay.
around
yeah,
us.
true.
Yeah, I can respect
Pray to
that.
whatever gods would
I
listen.
respect that.
We might be
I
simple
respect that.
folk, but we still gotta, keep the
Yeah.
happy.
Yeah.
I mean, I know a couple of gods that are very happy that still remembered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't want to get on anyone's wrong side, really. That's why we thought the change was good. That's why Myth went and got trained. Myth is doing wonders in that kitchen.
I do want to meet Myth.
Yeah.
Cool.
He'll be
Let's go.
behind the counter.
Yeah, let's go
Yeah, swap
try a
recipes.
meal and
I wonder what-
everything.
No, I want to swap recipes with Myth. Good idea.
Recipe exchange.
I'll meet you guys upstairs. Something I want to do first.
Same.
Okay. Do you want to? Well, you know your way out. I'm going to go and see to that young woman what was all chucked in one of the huts and see if she's all right.
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
the
I should
forest
check on
one.
her. You're probably good with medicine, right? Yeah, you're like the medicine lady.
Yeah, I got all the crow's feet I need.
Right.
Now, I just got what just popped into my head is the thing I was trying to think of. The Warhammer servitors.
Yes.
Thank you. It's just popped into my head
About what?
about what we're gonna do with the little guy to make it like a wiki.
Oh, kind of. Yeah, you can. Yeah, it's like a cherubim, a data skull.
Yeah.
Yeah. So our Harmer leaves you, and goes upstairs and leaves the space.
What do you wanted to do, Odin?
Careful.
Sorry?
I just want to be careful.
Well, you're the one that has been careful for the rest of us, so.
I approach the body.
Ishara draws the blade at you, saying, "Careful." And looks around the room, eyeing the kind of roots that kind of reach into the space. What is it, Adam?
These people, these more agents, they accept these crystals as part of them, but they don't die.
Yeah.
You and I were to touch a crystal, it wouldn't kill us.
The last time you touch a crystal, you went right in the mouth.
Exactly. These people,
You
they...
touched on?
Yes. So, big giant crystal. First thing he does, touch it.
I didn't touch it on purpose. It was an accident.
Accident my ass.
I was trying to break a chunk of it off with a hammer. I wasn't expecting the hammer to break.
We were in the old mine. What were you thinking?
What's happening in mine? Anyway, these people live with this stuff inside them. There's some people going around taking it out of them.
Anatomy's
And
different.
obviously, that's killing them.
I mean, yeah.
What happens
No,
if you
but you have got me
reintroduce it?
questioning things.
What did you say? Reintroduce it.
the thing that was making them the way they are was taken away. What happens if you give it back?
She gets out of the back of holding one of the box of crystal that we have.
Just saying, I do have the thing.
That'd be too big, but
But I do have a vial of the stuff. Anyone have a syringe?
No.
yeah,
I
that's
swear we have a
understood.
syringe.
I take out my vial, which has got the crystal bits floating in it.
Mm-hmm.
Hold it in front of the body and wave it around, see if there's any kind of reaction to this point, or is it just too far gone, or would it try and like
Wake up.
use this body as a husk kind of thing, or
You, as you're
are
looking
these
at these,
as soon as the crystals are part of the body, are they no longer themselves anymore, or are they just an extension?
I prepare the spell
Essentially, like,
catapult.
are they crystal zombies at that point, or is the moment the crystal's part of them, they're just using the power, or like it's essentially an experiment to see like what these kind of fucking people are.
You notice that, and Ray, you notice that because you've both got crystals in fluid. Yours is in blood, Ray, and yours is in
Mine's also in blood.
blood. So you notice that they are the tiny flecks, these filaments that sparkle within the fluid. There's gradually coagulating as you have kept it. I mean, it's not as fresh as you might
Oh yeah, no,
want
it's
it
lumpy
to be.
porridge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's been a while.
But you can still see that they are inert. They react none. They hang at the bottom of this tube, these files that you have. They do not react whatsoever.
I've popped that one back. I then
Right.
take out.
Yes.
Hold on,
Because I have the box. Sorry.
Arden.
I pulled out a small crystal, not not one of the big shards that we've got, but
Yeah.
not like the filaments. I pulled out a piece of crystal from Darvel and also from Ed's shoulder.
Shoulder, yeah, you did.
So these are smaller pieces of crystal that were living inside of people. I will take those crystals. That I don't know how I've actually got them stored. I've got them stored in one way or another. I don't know how.
I remember
Well,
you
it
used
was in the
gloves to
box.
remove them.
Yeah.
We have boxes,
We have
for them.
they're like big religious scroll cases almost
Yeah.
that we've currently got the other shards in.
Yeah,
But I've got one. I picked up another shard along the way which doesn't have a scroll case. That is currently just wrapped up in shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't remember where we got that one from. Either way, doesn't matter. We're collecting them as much as the fragments crew.
Gotta catch 'em all.
So I get these smaller bits of crystal and I do the same to see if the potency of the crystal makes any difference.
Size at this point does not seem to be a factor. There's some piece of the puzzle that you are missing.
Life.
Okay. Ray,
Yes.
can you just hold your vial near the box, please?
I do.
She opens basically one of the box with the big ass crystal and see if it's trying to attract the others.
There is
Vials.
the temperature in the room, folks. Every time you've exposed one of these, gets more and more chill. You can see like the hoarfrost start emerging and creeping up the walls. But it's only
I cast detect magic.
you start seeing. You can see that emanating from this is just the room is not magic. There's no magic effect. It is just cold. But it's not like the cold of the snow. It's the cold of there not being any heat. It's not the cold of like ice and stuff
It's
like
like
that.
a big heat sink.
Yeah.
Of a vacuum.
And it starts creeping up the walls, and freezing
reason
whatever
his face
moisture is in
cold.
the wall. And you can see like the face
Ah.
and the pool, the blood starts solidify, and you see like little bits of moisture freeze on the outside of your vials. You bring it closer to the thing, and again, no reaction.
That's enough exposure for you. Yep. Back in the bag.
It works like a battery.
Yeah.
No, it works like a battery. It's a heat sink. It
Yeah.
absorbs energy. The crystals do.
Yeah, they do. Specifically life in any form.
Huh. I've built
Except
something like
those
that.
that it seems to give life. Well,
Do not
give
build
life
anything
to,
with the
but
crystal, please.
No, I've built something similar. Ish.
Do I want
It contains magical energy.
to know? I might want to know.
Anyway, I'm going to spend the next hour I take my finger to the body, and as I glide my finger over the skin, it's almost as if like my finger is like a red hot poker, and it kind of blackens the skin, like it almost burns it.
Mm-hmm.
And I do it, and I start just drawing these little rune marks on different parts, and like the bottom of the ankles and the legs, and then along the arms. And I am doing funeral rite. You touch one corpse, and for the next 7 days, the target can't become undead by any means short of a wish spell.
Very good idea.
So, just to make sure that nobody decides to play any tricks with this guy before we get to speak to him tomorrow.
Right. Yeah. You have to, excuse me, to give me the time to prepare some kind of spells for that.
But yeah, that'll take me about an hour.
Yeah.
To make sure every rune is correct.
Carefully carved on every little
Yeah.
beam.
To protect the sanctity of this vessel.
While you do that, I think we're going to have this so special meal from someone who's been in the capital and everything. And also, I want to have some girl time with Ijara.
What is this?
Girl time?
Yes.
You never had girl time?
I don't really, I don't know what that means, particularly. Like, I remember being a little girl, so there was a time when I was a little girl. But I don't know what specific time is meant for girl time.
I'm just going to show you. That would be easier than me explaining.
Yeah, maybe that is the best. Okay, let's do it. Let's get meals. Let's all rest. Let's make sure that poor little thing what was with the devil is not like not whatever traumatized, horrified, scarred for life, etc. Luckily, there was a big fog cloud in the way, so hopefully they won't have seen too much.
It's a tremendous opportunity for recruitment.
You know, I'm more concerned about you being traumatized for itching me than anything else right now.
That thing came to my mind. I saw its grin spread wide when it looked upon me. I'm so very sorry for the wound my blade did onto your form. I could not control myself. I was under its power.
You're fine. You're really fine. Like, I think Rook was under the Lich power, and Arden, I think you punched me 1 or 2 times because of something. I don't remember. I don't want to remember, but yeah. Anyway, just we'll leave you alone, do your thing. Just get the meal, have some time off. Yeah.
Okay. Proceed your way upstairs and make your way out through the shaman's hut. While Arden spends some time downstairs invoking ritual runes upon the corpse nailed to a wall. And you make your way up through the clearing, past several of the huts, past several of the more traditional huts. You can see that follow a similar style that the shamanic hut does. Quite simple dwellings tucked into the trees, roots and leaves, and very basic looking structures. And you can see several of them have smoke coming out of the top, little warming fires inside, and you can hear that there are conversations going on. Quite excited, but then everything kind of gets hushed down, and then they kind of build up, and then it gets hushed back down. And then you make your way to the large food hall area, and are able to open the door, and inside there are several benches set up, and then there is a large counter one side of the room that has you can just see like steam and like an awning that comes out. It's inside, but there is still an awning that comes out over the top of it, and from beneath this awning you can see steam and the most wondrous smells of cooking come out from beneath this thing, and you can hear pots and pans clanging, and you can hear this really, really just I don't know the best way to describe it. Just the most pleasant humming, but the humming is like almost like a low drone of a bee. It's kind of like it's really, really low, gravelly humming, melodic, beautiful, in key, and you can just tell jolly, happy, and pleasant. Oh, I may have glitched. Just 1 second. We'll be back with you after these few messages. I'm back. So where did you get to? Sorry.
You never stopped.
Oh, okay, I glitched this in. Sorry.
No, you're all good here.
Like we can hear you, we just cannot exactly see you.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So
Froze, but
yeah,
you kept talking.
that's what you get. And there are several low tables set up with benches and little seats around them. What is that smell? That's amazing. We must go and have a look.
Do you want the rat tail?
We all got the free one. Look, you gave me one too. You're not having your meal? You want to pay 5 gold?
No.
Exactly.
Because I might be the most broke person out of everyone here.
Okay. Well, let's go. Let's go and see. If this myth's cooking is up to what it is supposed to be. You approach the counter and you can just see the back of a bugbear. So it's just basically hair, but you can quite clearly see that there's an apron tied round, and there is a sort of floppy chef's hat on top, and sort of bluish trousers that are striped with white lines that are torn off around the feet. And you can just hear this, and then you can suddenly see them like lift an arm up, and they're pouring something. They're almost like annotating their actions with hums. So like when there's something to like shake, they go and then as they pour something, and then as they're chopping something.
Oh, this guy's brilliant.
Right. Ray, you wanted to talk to them?
Yes. Even more now.
Go on.
They are lost in their work, by the way.
I knock on the table.
On the counter.
Yeah.
Okay.
I assume there isn't a bell.
No, there's no bell. It's like an open kitchen, and like you're looking into the kind of galley kind of thing, and they're kind of busying themselves around these different pots and pans. You knock on the counter, and they jump as you knock. They have not noticed you at all. They manage to catch 50% of the potatoes that they toss into the air, and then quickly dive round with a colander to retrieve the potatoes that they
Can I
were
attempt to help
looking-
him catch the others?
Yes, how?
Hmm.
You're the other side of a counter to him. It's the far side of the kitchen. How are you going to get there in time?
I don't. Is there something that's like in the kitchen that's like a pot or something?
Yes, several
I
of
would
them.
like to mage hand the pot.
Yeah, I love it. You see these potatoes fly, slow motion.
So he drops them, and like a little construct grabs a pot and starts catching them.
Yeah, he just goes slow motion. You hear them go boom, 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 and you see him turn. The look of horror
You
of
know,
potatoes smashing onto the floor, but then
like Spider-Man, just
yeah, sliding along the floor goes this giant pot, and the rest of them like land into this pot. Whoa! Nearly had me jumping out of all of my fur.
My apologies, I didn't mean to make you jump.
Oh, oh my god! Oh, thank God I got
The
my
big lady
liver's
in
going
charge
10 to the
sent us.
dozen.
The big lady in charge sent us.
Oh, Harmer. Oh yeah,
Said
yeah,
you were
yeah.
the best chef around.
I'm the only chef around. They can actually say chef, trained chef. It's me. I'm the trained chef. Name's Myth.
Love to see you. Nice to meet you, Miff Rayla.
Big hand, furry claws encapsulates yours. They pull it away. You are now, your hand is now covered in a fine layer of like flour and like vegetable detritus. Yeah, sorry. Let's get these going. And he
I
pours
help him put everything back right.
There we are. Right, now we're going to just, they're parboiled. Excellent. We chop them up and, yeah, a little bit of wild garlic. And he starts chopping it over. So,
I just start going along with him, matching what he does.
Excuse me, it's my kitchen.
My apologies. I thought I'd help you catch up, in the fact that I'm the one who ruined it.
Oh, no, you saved it. Don't worry, my fine friend. Like, this, I got this. But thank you.
My apologies. I was simply trying to help.
No, my apologies. I was kind of rude. We're still learning. We're learning. Us bugbears of Iron Root. We used to be in like a bit more like instead of a bit more like
I heard. No, the rumours do seem to be exaggerated because you guys seem to be quite brilliant. I like the sign guy. He was cool.
oh well, he's come on leaps and bounds. That fella.
Leaps and bounds.
Oh,
And spins.
there was one time when we was out and they said, you be the forward like watchers and you tell us oh no, sorry. We got Grell here. He's sorry, Grell is the chef. My mistake. I've misread my note. It was when we were out there and well, me and Myth, we were out there and well, we got sawn every time. We was hiding in the bushes, and then they spot us. Then we were hiding in the bushes, and they spot us. And then they captured us, tied us up, and put them on their cart. And then we got drove back here, and Harmer called us fucking useless.
That seems a little harsh.
No, it's not. It's very true. We were fucking useless.
You're of a tremendous use. You found your calling.
Yeah, through those guys.
I keep hearing about those guys. I wonder how they are. I would love to
Who
have met them.
knows? They headed south to Kakanzak fire.
We've just missed them. They're going to Kakanzak's as we're leaving.
No, it was a while ago. I know.
Oh,
I don't
my
know. I don't
apologies.
tell of them.
Anyway,
They were on about all
Harmer
kinds of
sent
weird stuff.
us.
Yeah,
They were on about what?
all kinds of stuff. Yeah, adventurous stuff.
Harmer sent us with the hold up the rat tail
Oh,
thingy.
oh, well. Let me get it sorted out. Tails, please.
I hand him the tail.
Here you go.
He loops them onto his thumb. There's a little stack of rat tails with little tickets on his thumb, and he goes about his business. And he starts serving up the
Do you
most
guys
amazing.
not have access to string?
Rat's tails is free.
So is string. You can make it out of grass.
We've always used
You
tails.
can- Good point. Good point. My apologies for judging your methods.
No, it's okay. Yeah, string no. String. Anyway, and he starts preparing some food. And there's this point where if Arden's coming along, Arden, you join at this point, do you?
Yeah.
Starts preparing several different dishes on a plate. And there's a sweet smell that starts coming to your nostrils, everybody. That sort of overrides all the other pots. There's like a little potato dish he's preparing that's like potatoes with garlic and onion and some sort of like tomato. But the potatoes are like half boiled and then they're like soft and then covered in this sauce. There's like a little risotto type stuff that's made with some sort of grain or something like that that's boiled down, and then you can see like little green flecks of some sort of vegetable within it. You can see that there are slices of finely done mushroom that are sautéed and laid flat in a row. And then this sweet smell though, it's permeating the entire place, and it's the overriding thing. And then he goes, just about done. And pièce de résistance. And he opens up the oven, and this bloom of smell envelops you all. It is the smell of butter and baked bread.
Oh.
And he drags this tray out.
I want bread so bad.
On it, there are these curved and then pointed, like little shoe horns of some sort of bread that is kind of slightly shiny on the outside, and you can see it's multi-layered.
Oh. Oh, I do have a question though.
Yeah.
Is there any vegetarian stuff for Arden?
Yeah. The risotto, the mushrooms, the potatoes.
Is Arden a strict vegetarian or he's like I'll have a milk vegetarian?
Well, he won't eat meat, but he's happy to drink milk and eat eggs.
Eat
things like
cheese.
that. He's not vegan,
Yeah. He has cheese.
just vegetarian.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
cheese, but now
no
has a
meat,
cheese
no
phobia.
fish.
Love-hate relationship with cheese.
Yeah.
It's
like honey. It's just complicated.
He likes it, but he hates it. Yeah, this tray comes over to you, and he like places one of them on the edge of these trays. So you've also got a tray with all these little dishes on, and he goes, "There you go, Mama's secret recipe," and lays these, and even as he touches them, you can see flakes of the pastry kind of nearly coming away and fall and crumble onto the plate. Super fine. Enjoy. It's all yours.
Tuck in.
Okay.
You sit down at the table. What do you eat first, folks?
Meat.
The meat? There is like a stew where the meat in it is so well cooked that it kind of strings as you scoop it out of the gravy. And you can see that there are mushrooms within this as well that kind of add to that deep umami flavor. It's salty and peppery and everything. And you can take great big spoons of it with a large wooden spoon, and you are able to spoon large mouthfuls of this stuff into your mouth, and it you don't have to chew this meat. It has been stewed for so long it kind of just dissolves on the tongue.
Making me hungry. I don't like it.
Sorry.
So it's good.
No, I just hear the growl.
Oh, it is good. It is very good.
Is it worth the 5 gold though?
You would pay 5 gold for this, you think, if you were in one of those fancy restaurants that you've seen, one of those fancy inns, the upper class places, but you probably get only half the amount or less than half the amount.
Yeah. This is just worth every kind of gold I can pay.
After your fight in the snow, it's even better.
The fact that you're vegetarian, Arden, is a fucking crime right now.
I am not pleased in the slightest.
Arden, what do you go for first?
The pastry sounds really nice.
Even with your dexterous nature, as you pick it up, you immediately you're covered in crumbs.
Yeah.
It's falling apart as you kind of pick it up. And you basically got this kind of shoehorn shape of pastry. How do you approach it? One end? Are we going straight down the middle?
We'll go from an end.
From an end. You do it slightly crisper on one end, where the layers and layers of buttery pastry have been like kind of pushed together and condensed. And as you approach the center, it's even wider, and the gaps between the layers of pastry where it's risen have like spread out.
Are you talking about croissants?
And there are more like gaps between it, and inside there's the steam and the smell of the bread comes out as you get to those areas, and it just melts and is sweet and buttery and all kinds of goodness in there.
Nice.
Jack, what are you trying first? Yeah, not yet.
What do you mean not yet?
Mr. Ray, what do you eat first? Would you go for the
Steak.
croissant? The steak. Yeah, the steaks.
There's like the meat one, the vegetable one, the potatoesy one.
The potatoesy one. Okay, so this has got like a sharp tang to it, the first as it hits the tongue. But then you get this kind of underlying current of like garlic and stewed onions that kind of comes through. And then you got the kind of the potatoes are kind of soaked in some of the tomato juice on the outside. But then you get to this kind of starchy white interior. And that kind of just falls apart. But it's got a little bit of bite to it as well. And your teeth just can cut through this very easily. But it's warming and filling, and there's some sort of gentle herb aftertaste that kind of drifts up the back of the palate. It's good.
I'm having a bath. Do you need anything before I get in the bath?
No.
Because you know I'm going to be in there for ages.
No.
Oh, yay!
Yeah, your meal is delicious. And you can just about see that Grell
I put 3 gold on the table.
is
You just push it forwards.
over the counter towards Grell.
Yeah, just
What's that?
money. You deserve it.
Well, thank you. Oh, yeah. Thank you very much. Training's paid off then, has it?
I'd say so.
Yeah, this is delicious. Like, you're a great chef. This is
It's ain't
really,
often I
really
agree.
good.
Yes, you are tremendous.
At this, there is an expression which you may have only seen a couple of times before on your friend Morurick's face on a bugbear. The ears go down, but the smile goes up and nearly
Like one of them little
covers the
cats.
entire face, and there's this big toothy with the ears going flat, and they're beaming. They're absolutely beaming at you right now. Well, thank you very, very much. I'm gonna send a letter to Mama and let her know.
Who?
Mama.
His mother, I think.
No, not my mother. Sorry, so everyone just calls her Mama. Mama Oost. The person who trained me.
Ray? Ray? Didn't you set the name? Ray? Please confirm.
Mama Oost.
Yeah, Mama Oost.
I've heard that name somewhere. I know they're important. Give me a second.
He enters his mind palace.
Oh, it's gone.
He enters the mind dumpster. How to get set on fire.
It's
Yes,
the
Luke?
sound effects. The thought goes away. Oh,
No, maybe not. Wouldn't happen to be of a similar nature of the person that we met when we were in Mayron.
Mama Oost. It's in my head from somewhere.
No.
No.
Not that you are aware. No. You have
that-
heard the name.
Are they a particularly known chef? Or are they just a random person?
Roll me a history, Mr. Ray. Mr. Enshapar.
Yeah, because that's what I thought. It's linked to your you being
14.
from there.
14. Famous is relative, I suppose. But
Famous, infamous.
they are the king of Morden Sale's personal chef.
I have a rainbow.
Did you meet Mama Oost?
Huh?
I've met Mama Oost. I remember where I remember that name from. Is at the party.
She was.
Thank you! God, that was going to drive me mental.
Yeah.
I have to take care of her boyfriend's bad leg.
Yeah.
Ah, small world. I met the... It just finally dawns on him who he met. Now.
You've met Mama?
Yeah.
Oh, what a treat she is.
That's where I've had the... That's where I've had the croissants before. It was at the party. It's the Slackening party. It's the...
How did it match up? Was it okay? Was it close?
Nearly as good as Mama.
Yeah. This guy stuffed his face with her pastries.
Yeah,
Thinking too
I
hard
was a
in.
little.
Well, it was
What
custard
did?
pies back then.
You
wasn't
did,
it?
you did, you took custard
Custard.
damage.
Damage.
Because I knew
You've had so many of
specifically
her
in
cakes.
which rule book there was rules for cake eating.
Which light?
Because I was
Damn
sad man. um, yes, yeah, that's where you know Mamo is from. They were at the
I
party.
mean,
They
me and you both
teleported her.
know it's from a Legend of Evantris. That's where I know it from.
It was in, wasn't it? Witchlight. It was in also.
Yes,
Yes,
yeah.
it is.
it is. Yes, you consume this food and you are able to take a short rest if you want to, but night draws in quite rapidly and you're able to take long if you wish long.
Yeah.
Or are we going to talk to our individual that you traumatized?
I would
Yeah.
like to give them a medicine checkup
Okay.
to be like, are you medically okay? I'm not a psychiatrist. Are you harmed in any fashion that is not mental?
I'm just going to
We
find
can
out.
have a conversation about it if it's not too much trouble. As I just knock on the cabin. Ma'am,
yeah.
are you okay in there?
Yes. Come in.
Opens the door.
You find Harmer in there. Just checking them over, making sure they're all right. And you just see Harmer like stroke a chicken foot down the face.
Okay. Ray comes in with like rags and like a kettle.
Mm-hmm.
Puts it on the side. Does she appear to be damaged in any fashion?
No.
Okay. Good.
Little wide-eyed. And that you can see that their cloak, if you remember, was a strange colour.
What do you mean by a strange colour?
It's white. But the cloak lays next to him on the bed. It's kind of grey, but then it's white. It's like white on it.
Is it like a symbol of office? The only thing I can think.
No. This seems the white patches seem absolutely at random. Of like a grey heavy cloak. Like a winter cloak.
Or to blend into the snow.
Possibly, yeah. Could be. Camouflage.
Sorry, the survival part of his brain is clicking over. Like,
Mhm,
why would you wear a white cloak that's dappled? Maybe. She mentioned some. She's a druid. I'm pretty sure from our conversation earlier on.
Yes, you're correct.
So yeah, probably to blend into the thing. I thought I brought you over something to help clean yourself up. You've had a
Oh.
bit of a day.
Yeah, it was very strange. That person. They were quite
Yes.
intoxicating. Quite easy to get along with.
Yes.
And you tell me they were like
I
a
didn't
devil?
think you'd believe me. It's sort of why I got rid of the fake face first.
Yeah.
And then we didn't want reprisals, so we sort of just put you in here until we dealt with it.
Well, thank you for that. I suppose.
I thought I should check in and make sure you're okay-ish. And perhaps that you wouldn't be on your own. As these things can be traumatic.
Well, Harmer's here. She seems to be taking good care of me. Yeah, we're trying to take care of all our guests what stay here. ever so sorry about you getting. We have to welcome all folks. We can't really discriminate. And plus, we didn't know he was a devil.
Yeah. There's welcoming all folks, and then there's creatures that are born from evil.
Yeah, suppose there'll be a line drawn somewhere.
Yeah. There's a thing called the the paradox of tolerance. If you're too tolerant, you let the wrong people in, and then the wrong people wreck it for everyone.
Ah, I see. Maybe we should get that on one of them signs somewhere.
Yeah.
What maybe
No devils, at
what
least.
yeah, maybe Myth can have that on a sign what it can spin.
How about no soul, no service?
I like
That's a
that.
good
Snappy. That's snappy. Like that.
Good one. I do like that, Arden. You should work in a hotel. You're good at those.
It's too real. It's too real. Don't cross the streams, Jack.
You should work in customer service. You're brilliant at this.
Oh.
Customer service is the worst.
This is the universe where
terrible.
I get to hurt people.
Is this why you punch more people in D&D so you can see because you can't punch them in real life?
Exactly. I get to
Oh.
punch the Karens in real life. Not in
Totally
real
not
life.
the same
in-
reason why I have a big ass gun.
Yes. They
Had to be
seem
compensating for something.
a little bit odd. They seem there's a little bit kind of wide-eyed. Their fine hair, kind of in a little bit of a disarray. You can see that there are several plaits of the elven hair that are not quite exactly in place, and they're just about kind of calming down. Their heart rate, you can tell after some food that has been brought. You can see a cleared plate beside them on
I
their
put
bed.
just like the hot water and the like cloths and just
Mhm.
put it by the side of them.
Thank you.
Yes.
I don't think I even know who you are.
Rayla.
Right
My friends call me Ray.
from?
I think you can call me Ray. Gargamel, originally.
Yeah, but from where? From which ma?
And Shapar. He says a little bit underneath his breath.
Oh, you don't look like an Enshipar. Not what you're wearing.
Enshipar, if you look Enshipar on the road, you don't tend to last very long.
They don't even go on the road much, do they, the Enshipar nowadays?
No,
Only
a
when
lot
they're
of them
young.
are boring. Well, I found that the best way to learn is in person.
Yeah, they do like their books.
Where are you from?
Well,
You'll get no
not
judgment from me.
not here. Not this cold place.
Huh.
Something
You're dressed
happened.
for it. What happened?
Well, there was like a shiny bubble.
As he hears shiny bubble, he just goes, "Tell me more."
And when I
If you
went
wish.
through it, and I was here, and I had a look round, because it was different. And then I heard this like pop sound.
Are you from the other side of the bubbles?
Yeah,
You're a fae,
yeah,
ish.
yeah.
Nice to meet you. I say in Sylvan.
They reply perfectly in Sylvan. They reply, "Oh, you speak the older tongue."
Yes, father taught me. Been a while since I've managed to use it, actually.
Most pleasant. Sometimes I find the common tongue a little bit awkward in the mouth. I find that this flows so much better when we converse in the ways of the trees and the spirits what dwell within.
The way he speaks Sylvan sounds posh compared to his normal speaking voice. It's almost like he switches to Queen's.
Yeah. It's very like enunciated,
Yeah.
and the L's and syllables all kind of flow very interwovenly round one another.
Things from the lower planes are an issue here as of late.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Well, I
That's
seem
been
to be
two in two. It's been 2 in as many weeks that have showed up.
to what?
Devils,
Devils?
my lady.
Oh.
What we sent back home this morning.
That was awful. Did have a funny
tend
smell
to
about
be.
him, but I didn't really know. I thought it was just my coat.
It's sulphur.
It's bird shit.
Yes. Eggs.
No.
Sulphur.
No, my coat. That's why I didn't notice.
Oh.
It's covered in bird shit.
Do you want me to sort it out for you?
Oh, no. It's fine. I'll only get covered again when I get back.
Where do you live that you consistently get covered in bird excrement?
Look after birds.
Do you?
Yeah. Big ones.
You're a fae who look after birds.
Yeah. One's what is hurt.
You're a veterinarian.
But if that's what someone who looks after birds is called.
Well, somebody who looks after animals in general. I suppose the rather term would be an avian veterinarian. Ornithologist.
I guess I'm one of those.
Are you still speaking in Sylvan at this point? Would you?
Yes.
The only word
Hence
you
the
hear.
big words.
The only word you hear is ornithologist. Probably in common.
Yeah, something that doesn't directly translate.
Yeah.
Like when
I'm
you hear
effectively
somebody
telling
speak
her
French
job
and then they
in
say
English.
a word that's perfectly in English because there isn't a word for it in French.
Yeah.
Or numbers, because French numbers are annoying.
Hey,
They are!
they're not.
Your word
They
for
are.
80 is 4 times 20.
Yeah, so
My point exactly.
hey, you
I'm not
wanted
saying
me
English
to
is
speak about
better.
how English is fucked up.
Oh
No,
yeah,
No, English is very
England,
fucked up. English is very fucked up.
England, to quote one of my somebody I like, Stephen Fry,
Light,
is a
right, wrist.
100%. The word spelt Lead annoys the crap out of me because there's 7 different things that can be.
Yeah,
But we're not on about this right now. My apologies for shitting on your language.
because I will go on a rant. Okay.
But your numbers do. I can never figure them out.
Shut up. You haven't seen conjugation in French, so shut up about numbers.
I did it for 4 years. Never made sense once.
Moving
Again,
on.
we're doing the thing. This
As.
isn't Mondays. No, this is Mondays. This
What
isn't one of our
language would
chats. We
French
can't just
be in
rant.
D&D?
Sylvan.
Mm,
Probably.
No.
I think that's more like Italian might be Sylvan, like because it's kind of like quite flowy, little like kind of. No,
Let me tell you
no, okay.
now.
I'm not saying
Italian would
anything else.
be-
I kind of, I don't know.
German would be orcish.
It's got a lot of consonants in it.
Russian
We already-
would
we
be
already
draconic.
I have to admit with that one, that sounds right.
They're quite close, I think. Yeah, come on, we're
Yeah.
discussing what
Yeah,
languages will translate.
I said I wasn't going to say anything else and ended up joining it again.
Sidetracking.
Yeah.
Right, so you have this individual in front of you with a coat covered in bird shit. You've established that they are some sort of
French would be
ornithologist.
goblin.
Shut up! You roast beef.
How about just gnome?
I wouldn't do gnomes like that.
and
Anyway,
Nah,
the
halfling, short, loves food.
right. Anyway, carrying on. Sorry.
the person is okay.
Sorry, I'll be in a minute.
They identify you that they are from the Feywild, that they've come through a portal, and that the portal seems to have shut quite suddenly.
Is there a way? Is there a way? Are you happy to be on this side of the portals?
Well, I'll be missed. The birds will
you
miss
probably have
me.
to get back the birds. Is there a way you could get to Gargamel? There's lots of the portals there.
I suppose. So long, from what I hear, well, I'm not too familiar with the geography here.
Yeah, look, can I borrow the map?
Don't think the other wants
Niala?
to speak to you. You started this.
Oh,
Oh,
sorry. So
lovely.
now you speak in common?
Look, she's feeling homesick. I thought I'd help.
Right. What does she need?
She's Fae.
Oh.
She's lost.
Oh.
I think it's best if we put her back home as soon as possible. Consider that we have already enough interdimensional problems going on without errand bubbles from the Fae.
Arden, you still have that thing from the Fae that they gave you in the forest.
Yeah.
Hang on, Ijara, you're a god person. Can you perform an exorcism? I'm asking if she knows banishment. Just
What on
send
earth?
them back.
Banishment is temporary.
Not
Unless
if
they're
you
from the-
manage to complete it.
Not if you manage to complete them, they're from a different dimension. You can just send them back.
You want me to put her through that? It's
She
not a
wants to go
pleasant
back
process.
I know
Yeah.
it's not a pleasant process, but it's either that or walk to Gargamel.
I mean, I'm kind of curious about your home, mainly because you told me about the witch.
Who are you talking to?
Gargamel?
The two of them.
She's not from Gargamel. Oh, for Ijara, sorry.
Yeah.
Ijara and me, I
Hmm.
think, is the one she's talking to.
There's still a long way to go to Gargamel. It's
That's what I'm thinking. It'll
Days,
be faster
weeks,
to
months.
send her home this way.
It is not a nice thing to do, banishment. It is not like, you go through the thing. It is literally tearing you from this plane. I'm pushing you back.
Can I
Okay.
insight this entire interaction?
Yeah. What are you
I'm
looking
trying to
for?
find her an expedient way home.
No, I'm just trying to see if this
She's
is as
also not a thing.
innocent as it appears to be.
Roll it.
Do you have another good detect good and evil?
I do, but I don't think he'd do that on this.
She might not come up as Fae.
I'm talking that shit tonight.
Another 11. Or 12.
You know what? Add a 4. Might as well.
What's it?
That's a 12.
12. Back
4.
up to where you were.
Or
Is that with
not
the
plus
is that
4.
with the 4 or without the 4?
Mine is with a 4.
It seems quite.
Oh, with a 4, That
Yeah.
like I don't think I don't think that would be. I don't think Ray would be giving Arden a flash of genius with this because
No problem.
Ray
it's
is kind of looking.
Ray's engaged in this conversation
Mhm,
and
mhm.
Arden's kind of just witnessing it. So I don't think
My
Ray would be
apologies.
like, I will inset that
Yeah,
bit of the
I
will
would
give-"
say that this conversation seems to be what it seems to be. A lost individual in a forest that they shouldn't be in.
We could send you back now,
Yeah.
but it would be a little bit of a process
Okay.
because it involves poking a hole to the Feywild and shunting you through it.
That doesn't sound nice.
It's
It really
not
isn't.
pleasant.
It's not usually used to help people get along, but it's either that or a 6-month journey to Gargamel.
Or, you could use a thing. I don't know what they gave you, Arden. What did they give you?
Unless any
Oh,
of you
the-
know how to make a portal to the Feywild.
I pull
don't.
out the pea flute.
An P flute. And where did you remind everyone where you got this one from?
So this was
'Cause this is new to me.
back on the approach to the Renmain Peaks.
And what kind of creature gave this to you?
A centaur.
Mm-hmm.
That might work.
Where have I put it? Is it in my actual inventory?
It's a small, dried green pea pod with several holes bored in it, and it still rattles like it has peas inside of it.
I wrote it down. I know I've got it. Where have I put it?
Well, you do have it. I'm happy that you've got it.
I know I've got it. I've written it down somewhere, but I can't find where I've written it down.
In the mass of notes of 3 years of campaign.
Yep. Nope, it's not. Da, 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 da.
There was another one of these gifted as well.
Is there a chance that this could send her back home?
Probably not. I don't think it works that way.
It serves to call someone, so
It was the idea was that all I had to do was blow on it to summon support in a fight against the Lich thing, but then we didn't need help. So I've never blown on it, and I've had it with me this entire time.
No.
Just be like, "Doodle-doodle-doo, help."
Takes an action to blow the flute.
I'm going to write it in my inventory now while I get a
Mhm.
chance. My Google Doc inventory.
Yeah, this thing.
I'm attempting to figure out a way to get her expediently in the least painful way home.
So
Oh no, I found it. Pea flute, brackets, face centaur summon thing, bracket.
yeah, that's the
That's what I've typed in there at that point. Face centaur summon thing. It's literally what I've written.
You don't want to see my notes. They're terrible. Look at those. I always love it when I go back and I find little maps that I've drawn, and I'm like, oh yeah, they went there. Keep finding like little the maps that I draw to kind of space out where you're traveling. That's really nice. Oh, sorry, go on. Yeah, what would you like to do then? You're gonna blow
I
the flute?
don't have a thing that could send her home.
I don't know whether this would help.
Suppose you could call help with it and just send her with the help.
Well, I don't. Well, that's if the help can get back.
That's a good point. What if you just
You could
stranded
end up
another
with
fey
more than
creature
one
on this
fade
boat?
after. No, I don't know. I haven't used it so far, so why not? Fuck it. Take the pea flute out.
You're inside a small hut.
that also.
Maybe we should do it outside.
Okay.
Stick it out the window.
Yeah. Put my head out the window. No.
Yeah, you
Probably go
play.
outside.
You step outside and you blow upon this thing, and you feel like all of the trees around the clearing. You see all of their branches fall to the center, and you can see a pinkish glow appear, a small dot at first, and then it expands. And this is just the edge of this kind of the rim of a portal that begins to open, and
It's
inside
opening.
you see a beautiful looking forest through this portal, a
I
perfectly clear portal.
I'd
And
look at the
no
girl and go, I think this
shimmeriness.
is your chance.
It is a doorway. And then, just as you are about to approach through it, stepping out with mighty hooves and a tall, muscular body, a large growth but a very, very tame beard of jet black and a ponytail of hair and a bow strung across their muscular body that's beaded with sweat, but then begins to goose flesh as they step out through the portal into this colder place. You see a beautiful centaur, a gorgeous male, step through the portal, and hooves start leaving footprints in the snow. You came? You called me. I came.
Yes. This is going to sound really bad.
What has happened?
Well,
What did you beckon me for?
Well, we killed that guy a long time ago, so we didn't need to worry about that anymore. It was more because of.
Other thing
Lich.
happen at the same time.
Is this the forest of the Red Mane Peaks? Looks
No.
unfamiliar to me.
No, this is another forest called the Iron Root. Don't know whether that means anything to you.
We know of it.
Oh, right.
We
Well,
have a couple things to say.
well, essentially, do you do a taxi service?
What is a taxi service?
Well,
One of the
I
Fae
think,
got lost, and you're the only Fae
yeah,
we can get in contact with.
one of your. Oh, I don't. Well, yeah, I don't want to assume that you all know each other, but one of your people from your realm is kind of stuck here, and we thought maybe you'd be able to help them back.
Someone has come over from the other side?
Yes.
I point.
I just small of her back, push her forwards.
He glances round. Neath.
Oh, they do all know each other.
She takes care of the giant birds.
I know. Neath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
Going wandering again, Neath.
I've run over to Grell and asked
Yeah.
for a pat lunch.
Something is made up. Yeah. Neath, how many times? You have a duty to those birds. Yeah. But it was really shiny. And like shimmering and like a bubble and a Neath. You need to keep focus. And you will be able to more so now. The bubbles have gone. Now come along. I shall take you home. There is so much to clean out. You will be mucking out for days, I imagine. They won't be happy with you. I know. Don't forget your cloak. Puts on a shit-covered cloak. Runs around. Sorry.
I hadn't her pat lunch.
Oh.
For the road?
Is this from the...
Yeah.
Why do I feel like we've just sent somebody back to work that wanted an extended fag break?
They reach into the packed lunch and pull out a croissant. Look, if it makes it any better, try this. And what is this? A bread horseshoe?
Try it. It's really
Try
good.
it.
No horse involved.
Better
Promise.
not be. Not bad.
I'm just
So-
saying.
So
They
good.
sell them in that shop over there.
There's this moment as the portal starts to shrink. And there's this look on his face like,
Just.
let's get some. Neath, we have to go.
See, can't be in trouble. You'd have done it too.
Maybe
The
you
delights
can
of this
work out
realm are
some
too
kind of-
much. We cannot be
Maybe you can
tempted.
work out some kind of franchising. Oh, okay, they're gone.
Yeah, they dive back through it, and Neath is, bye everyone.
Bye.
Thanks.
Bye.
Sorry, I was a bit about the devils. Devils? And then
Whoops. Oh yeah. Maybe we could have. Oh. Whoops.
Shara,
Well,
Does that flute still work?
Yes.
It's broken now.
is it me or do I have really, really weird taste? Because that guy was fucking hot.
No, he had a nice ass.
That he did.
Half of him was an ass.
George
Hey!
read offense to that.
Why do you take offense to that?
He was a horse, not an ass.
It was a centaur. Not the same thing.
I tried blowing the
Wasn't the
pipe
same
and
thing.
the
He
flute
wouldn't have a
again.
problem with eating horse.
Sorry?
You just spit into it. It
I've-
rattles around.
Work. One time use at least, or maybe once a day. Who knows?
I cast detect magic from a again. Is it just a pea pod now?
It's just a pea pod, as far as you
Aw.
can tell.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
It'd been cool to be able to summon
You
a centaur
do
to
who
avoid-
you have Sin's belongings, then, Niola.
I do.
In there's one.
Yeah. I do have both.
Right, I'm going to just type used next to mine.
My apologies. I just really didn't want to send the poor girl all the way to Gargamel.
No, it's fine.
Sorry, you go up, go round the big desert, past
Round the
giant
big
mountain,
desert.
round
I
back.
literally says, Nyala, where's the map? I
Take
can't explain
take
this.
a left when you get to like a plains area. Follow the road along, and then just anywhere, just dive in. You'll be in the forest,
Yeah,
and hopefully,
there's these two mountains, right,
This map?
with a bunch of short people in it. Neither side like each other.
very
What?
miserable.
Okay, show me where.
It's like, did I get that bit? God,
Yeah.
love, this took me like 3 years.
3 years.
I got lost a lot.
It's a long way.
3 years.
I was on foot.
Was everybody like to take a long rest then and have a little
Yeah.
chill out?
Yes.
Yeah, doesn't
Yeah,
sound
at least
tasty.
a short rest. But yes,
Let's
a long
ta-
rest.
I think the evening draws in after these conversations and summoning a Fey ally just to take an elf back home. It's like calling up.
a really strong combatant was summoned to essentially be a taxi. We called an Uber for a lost Fae.
Yeah.
I had one free ride and I used it.
Yeah, you could have a free escape blatantly out of any fight.
Any situation, and we
Just dived into a Fey portal, and
I mean, we have another kind of ride.
on a different account.
Will it summon a different centaur or the
Yeah,
same
but
one?
that one's on an account of a poor user rating, so it might be it might not be as good.
well, I don't know. The previous experience that they had with you, they would have given you. I'm probably a 4-star. I think
Out of
you-
5 or 10?
you're a 5. I don't know. I've seen Ubers don't exist. Because they don't have them down here in the back of Beyond. What am I doing? I'm trying to find a character.
I
They
am
have-
going
they
to
have-
fiddle
they
with
have
my.
lift instead.
They have what?
They have lift instead.
Oh, I don't even have that. Barely can get anywhere. It's the whole problem with living in Cornwall. It's just like
Well, in Worcester, one of
Gonna
the
mess with his
guys that's on the
infusions.
council or the mayor or something like that, it's so corrupt. They won't give Uber licensing to operate in Worcestershire because one of the guys who's on the council or something owns a business called Woober.
that's brilliant.
So yeah. Anyway,
I am going
that could be
to
slander
mess
or
with
libel. I
Ray's
don't know.
infusion.
Yeah. Yeah,
Um.
are having a girls' night.
Okay. Tell me
Trying
what
to-
this looks like. How do they relax?
Well, Yala first is trying to teach Jara what a girls' night is. Like,
Okay. What do we do now?
so, did you have any kind of female friends when you were younger?
Yes.
And you were hanging out and everything, and you would do, I don't know, but my mother used to say that they make nails, hair, and
We did
beauty
the hair
thing.
bit. We did the hair.
What did they hair? Like some kind of game with words. Some would say witchery or kind of thing, like light
We
as a
did
feather and stiff as a board. I think that was the name.
hair. We would plait hair,
Mm.
and then we'd trim the hooves.
Whose?
Yes, the
Hooves.
hooves.
What do you mean?
The horses. I had
Okay.
friends. Horse friends.
Oh, oh, oh.
She plait their hair and trim their hooves.
Humanoid friends?
Hmm?
Humanoid friends?
A few. Most thought I was very not kind of the person to spend time with. I would always talk about like how much I could jump up stuff or climb things. And then one time I did go to a place and they said pillow fight, and well, the one enchipage, they lost several teeth when I did the fight with the pillow.
You're not supposed to hurt anyone. It's just like playful fight.
No one told me this. I thought we had to fight. So I did a fight. Pillow with enough swing.
Okay.
Did you put a rock in the pillow?
No. Just a pillow. Just a big right to the
Okay.
mouth. Uppercut.
I am not
Basically.
there, but I can just imagine that's the first time Ajara cast Smite.
Smite with a pillow. Divine smite the teeth out of my face with a pillow.
The feathers suddenly become like radiant and oh, you caught me with a zip.
This is canon. This has to be canon. Yeah, Ishara, girls' night is actually a time where you take care of yourself and your friends.
Like when you take your armor and you polish the armor.
Yes.
And you sharpen your blade.
Yes, but that's more like a self-care kind of thing in here. Like girls' night is like, when I did your hair.
Yes.
Well, we do that. We take care of our skin. I definitely need to do something about that, but that's beside the thing. Like, you take care of your skin, you tell stories, you tell about your possible crushes, and you just do, well, what was the fuck was that?
I think there was a centaur.
Yeah.
A sweaty centaur
Oh
from
God.
beyond the portal. You just hear.
You are fucking soap. Where do you come from?
Meow. Oh my gosh. There's a damp cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been very rainy here too. Apart from the evening, it's actually been quite a nice evening. Anyway.
Yeah. So yeah, Nyala start to explain different kind of thing you do on a girls' night. No.
So you think that maybe to go to the jacuzzi would be a good idea?
Yeah. Also, we drink on girls' night.
I drink every night.
Yeah, but you know, the fancy kind of stuff because
The stuff with bubbles.
yeah,
Because there is stuff with bubbles.
champagne most of the time.
I will try it if you
Go on.
insist.
Also beer
Okay.
and ale.
Champagne
I
and-
had a lot
If
of
there's
ale.
champagne, does that mean there's a fantasy champagne?
Yeah, it has to be.
I suppose. Why?
Yeah, it's some kind of fancy elven place.
Yeah.
You do know.
If champagne only comes from champagne, if there's champagne, there has to be a champagne.
Yeah.
The
You
name
do
of
know
the place.
this
yeah, I
is a
suppose.
French thing, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
It is a sparkling brew. It
It's
may not be.
Champagne.
Yeah. It's one of the other districts in Gargamel, Champagne.
That's definitely an Ed Sheeran place.
Oh,
Definitely.
yeah, they
Yes.
would be doing that.
Yeah.
Reminds
So,
me of that
yeah.
old TV show. My name's not Bucket, it's Bouquet.
Yeah.
Do you remember that show?
Keeping up appearances.
Yes.
Richard!
You are fucking so,
Anyway.
my dear.
God, Lord.
I
I blame my granddad for me knowing those things.
They will go and collect a bottle of this elven brew from Champagne, and they will find a small barrel of ale, and they will progress to the jacuzzi,
Yeah.
and kind
If they can't get the Champagne, there is the Pros Echo, which is the cheaper version.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
yeah,
But
actually,
from a rival forest.
probably there is the prosecco, and they have to have the prosecco. And Ijara will pour you a glass of this stuff and pass it over to you.
Yeah. Thanks. And no boys allowed. That's the
Cheers.
thing. Cheers.
Cheers. And
I mean, the moment the notion of a girls' night was even mentioned, Arden was gone.
yeah.
Like Arden was just out.
Yeah. And you start drinking.
Yeah. So, Ijara,
So Ijara,
why are you feeding myself?
why are you repeating myself?
Stop that.
Prosecco.
Oh.
Oh dear.
I hate
That's inspired.
It's-
Oh, I'm so sorry.
That all wasn't even from y'all. That was coming from me.
Oh, excuse me. Yes, and your voices begin to reverberate around the space, and almost echo back to you as you begin to drink.
Yeah, they're going to start to get giggly at this point.
They will laugh. This is a very strange effect. I've heard many things when I've had a few, but not even just for one sip. And now I can hear my voice.
Yeah, this is one of the effects of the thing, but oh my god. Also, mainly, I wanted to have a girls' night with you because I felt like after today, you need some kind of reassurance that it's fine. It happens. Happened to me before. Wasn't a good time. You're fine. You don't owe me a sorry. You don't owe me an excuse. It happens. Okay?
Look, I cannot promise it will not happen again. I'm not the, what do they call it? The sharpest carrot in the vegetable pile. not guaranteed to not be able to not survive something like that again. But I feel like we know each other, and we know that there are creatures that can twist the brain and mind. And we know that it is not always our own fault or our own will that we are acting upon.
Yeah. It's just that it has been happening a lot lately, and like Rogue has it a lot of time. I think Arden a couple of times too. And today was your turn, so I'm just checking in on you because I know the boys can handle themselves, but you turn your blade on me, and I know you don't live that very well.
It sits with me heavy in my heart, Yella. I would not want to raise a blade against you ever. As long as you can accept that you know that I was forced against my will to do such things, and that there's no indictment upon yourself that it happened. I mean, you know ill will, Nyalda.
Yeah.
I mean only to help you good souls who have freed me from great torment that I did not even realize, from the horrors of the things that were in my mind from the lament.
If it's any fair, we didn't know either. We just helped you where we could because that's basically what we do these days. Like, we arrive somewhere and solve the problem by accident.
I do wonder though. I do wonder about them at the lament.
Oh, Jara.
You know what I mean, don't you?
Yeah,
You know who I mean.
yeah, I do.
He's there.
He is.
That thing still has him.
I know, darling. I know. And I swear to you, one day we're going to go back and free him also. All of your friends that are there.
Thank you. I understand that there is more at stake than my breaking heart.
Ishara, you're allowed to be sad.
I know. I am.
You're allowed to show it. You don't need to hide.
It's not my way.
You don't need to look tough. Okay? I know everyone in this group has some kind of armor, but it's just a big marshmallow under it. We just have different kind of armors. Some I've made of steel, some I've made of blood. It's just happens. And
Oh, sorry. Continue.
and I know it takes a lot of courage to just shed the armor and let someone in because you're scared of being hurt again. I'm bloody terrified to even know you guys and see how much armor I've shed over the time. Because I know that if one of you dies, especially Arden, I'm going to I don't even know what I'm going to do, to be honest. But I'm going to lose it.
She looks at you, and she looks to the drink that she holds in her hand.
Mhm.
This bubbling thing. She looks up slightly, and you can see the blue of her eyes. She swigs back and necks the prosecco.
Oh, okay.
And then as her head comes down, her red hairs become untied during this process, and some of it dangles into the water, and it falls in front of her face. And you can see her eyes are glassy. and she just swims over the jacuzzi and pulls you close.
I knew that was coming. Come here.
And she puts her head over your shoulder, and you just feel her shoulders lift and the jerking motions, and soft sobs come from her as you run your nails and pads through her red hair.
That's it. Letting it all out. You've been holding out for so long. It's fine.
I do miss him.
I know you do, I know you do, my darling.
One day I will be seen again. You promise me.
Yeah. I swear you're going to see him again. We're going to make it happen.
With your promise, my heart is gladdened.
Oh.
And then she just shakes herself and pushes herself away. But it's kind of like she pushes herself away, but like kind of half holds onto your arm as she drifts back, and then she grabs both your arms and says, "Thank you. It's just the steam, right?
Right.
No one else hears about this."
I swear. To be honest, I keep everyone's secrets. I'm not going to start telling everyone about what you
Right.
tell me.
We've had the prosecco, echo.
Do
Now
you
onto
want
the
to
beer.
On to the beer. Do you want to tell me how you met him, by the way? Your husband, I mean.
Then she goes into a long
Yeah.
tale of how they met and how she courted him, and he was the one to refuse her for ages and ages, and she was on the chase of little Gerald and his tiny form. She saw him bathing at a brook near the Entwash in Gargamel, which is to the far north of Gargamel Forest, when she was out with the Pelothon, with some of the members of Mar Pelothon, hunting a party of individuals who had been wood smuggling, taking some of the sacred boughs from Gargamel, as it's a highly in demand wood, and many people are often humans mainly, and orcs use it for lumber and steal it from the wood, the most ancient parts, and they are hotly pursued by the Pelothon. And they were resting one time, and she saw this little this halfling bathing in some of the waters on a small beach, a little brook, and then found out who he was, where he lived, and pursued him with all of her will.
Oh, God. Damn, when you have something in mind, you really don't let go.
I'm not letting go of that little man.
Like a dog with a bone.
He is my little fellow.
Well, I wish someday I will find someone like that.
Maybe you will. Maybe you won't. Life will carry on, and there will be an answer for you at the end of it.
Yeah, I don't think love is something for me, to be honest. I've been tricked once by love.
It's not for everyone. I know this.
Mm.
I know this. In the evening, Ray, Arden. What does Arden do while these two giggle away in a hot tub?
Arden gets a room and then starts doing something similar but not the same as what he did downstairs with the body that they found under the shaman's hut, but to himself.
Okay.
He starts carving in runes, and he spends about an hour doing this.
Mhm.
And then, when it's completed, roll the dice. 23. Atonement. You touch one willing creature whose alignment has changed, and you make a DC 20 Wisdom Insight check. On a successful check, you restore the target to its original alignment.
You begin carving the symbols onto your skin. And in your pocket, or in your satchel, wherever it is stowed, you begin to hear the grinding of teeth. Why do you begin this?
What was that, sorry?
Why would you begin this as you start carving? I know those ruins.
And I know you.
You know a shadow of me.
The shadow is all I need to see to know what monster is casting it.
The shadow only gives an impression of size. The light is close here. There are places where the shadow stretches and encompasses all.
You are a cursed being. You are a tool. You have absolutely no desire to see you restored. I have used the powers you have granted but a handful of times, and I will not use them to fruition.
You will have to go.
I don't know you. I don't wish to know you. I know what is unnatural. I know when something is deeply wrong in every aspect of its being, and the fact that we're having a conversation right now when you are nothing but a piece of fucking leather.
There will be a time when you shall need a little darkness. I will be patient.
There is nothing you can offer that I need. Your words are temptation. Your powers may be great, but they are nothing compared to those that walk on this realm. You're incomplete. You're a fraction of what you once were. You whisper into impressionable minds, hoping that one day they will take you where you need to be so you can be what you once were. But while I bear you, it will never be so.
It's true. And the ones who have whispered to your mind before I have taught you well.
You might be in my head, but don't think for a second that means you know me.
I don't know you yet.
And the teeth begin to grind and shatter in your pocket as you gradually.
I pull it out and I literally like shove it against the wall.
Yeah, you find like, are you in one of the
Like
huts? Are you?
where maybe where there was a picture, like I ripped the picture off the wall and where the nail was hanging the picture, I pop the mask on there so I can like look this thing and it's vacant eye sockets.
There are no eyes,
Yeah,
and the
it's just
mouth hangs limp. The lips just kind of sag, and the teeth that are within the mask that are kind of held on by a bit of gum don't move when you look at them. It is just completely still on the wall, and you hear the voice come into your head still as you start. You hear all this as you held it against the wall, and you start carving the runes into your body.
you will not find me as compliant as Justin. We might have complicated relationships with our fathers, but you will not find mine so easily weaponized.
A father, a mother, a family. Such sentiment, such words conjure feelings, don't they?
Speaking of feelings, you're not beyond them. You were mortal once. You must have memories, feelings of your own. But outside of ambition and hunger, I think there's one more. Fear. If this scrap of flesh was to be destroyed, what would happen with you?
I fear nothing. I am immortal. I live forever. I have shed every element to become this knowledge incarnate.
Immortal. To live forever. Is this what you call living? Was it worth it to be carried around in someone's sack? What have you achieved in centuries? Nothing.
This is what I call time.
So when I find the nearest volcano and throw you in it,
Full of talk,
your words are empty.
so are yours.
I have a body in which to enable action. What do you have again? Take it down and I'll pop him back in the sack.
Just whispers at its last moment as you put it in.
Your desires.
And you begin carving the runes. The ritual
Yeah,
becomes
and
complete.
I start doing them a little bit more like harshly on
Yeah.
them. Again,
Yeah.
after that.
And you can feel its uncomfortableness of this holy thing happens to your body.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like you can almost feel like you're drawing poison from you.
Mm-hmm.
Like you feel, I don't know what's the thing. You literally feel purified, and your alignment slides.
Good.
Hold on. What do you mean?
Nothing? Nothing you need to worry about.
I really need to get my head on this thing.
No, you really fucking don't.
You
You really don't. You really don't. You really don't want to get your hands on this thing. I'm warning you.
Ray, what does Ray's evening consist of? With these, there's bath time, there's ritual time. What does Ray do apart from like try and comfort Scraps? I imagine there's a point where Scraps might come in for like some sort of pet, as it's now got
There's
like.
got to be something in between, like the girls' night with prosecco and the ritual removal of a lich, and then what falls in between the two of those?
Eventually, he goes to where Scraps was taken into his like many thousand pieces.
Yes.
Goes up to him and goes, "Better?" Scraps is just like,
Yeah, like repiece it. Like describe Scraps' new model. Maybe that's the way. What has changed significantly? What would we see as like the like Scraps Mark 7 or 6?
6.
6.
He's
Mark
been killed
6.
6 times. This is the 6th version of Scraps. He's died 5 times before this.
There's going to be more versions of Scraps eventually than Tony Stark had Iron Man suits, isn't there?
Yeah.
I need to talk to Pete, but yes.
And no, I was thinking it's more like, versions of Windows, and then no one ever really liked Vista.
Yeah.
So like Ray deliberately disassembled Scraps Vista and like put it back together again.
Because this is a mechanical thing I haven't had the chance to talk to Pete about because life has been hectic. Technically speaking, Scraps can attune to magic items.
That
Because
is
he's
awesome.
a creature. So yes, my plan is to literally make him like an Iron Man suit.
Oh dear.
Probably allow you. Well, it's difficult, isn't it? Because they can attune to an item. They don't
It
technically
has
have
to be a thing that's like usable for claws.
That's cool. Yeah.
My next idea was to take the boots of flying and look at Scraps.
Oh no.
Give him little rocket booties.
I want to give him rocket boots.
I like the idea.
I want to make Scraps fly.
Okay. Right. So how does what do we see about Scraps? What's new the most Scraps? Is it the
He's
single
less-
ocular? What we got? What spikes we got? A more sleek form.
He looks better than before. Like he's less scraps, and he's been like put back together a little better than before. Look, anytime you have to take something apart, you just go, "Why did I do that?" Just put it back right again. The only thing that's majorly different is he has his hindquarters are like are slightly wider than before to accommodate the thing that makes him fly,
Mm-hmm.
and it goes down to like thicker base legs,
Okay. Yeah.
almost
Yeah.
like he has like a fuel tank, and then just like rocket feet,
Yeah. I like it. Cool.
and a slightly more aerodynamic form.
Oh yeah, the ears now have got hinges, so they can shoot and fold
Yeah.
back for like extra
Almost
speed.
like he's less cat-like, though the skull is the same. It's more like, you know, like how greyhounds are like rocket but animal.
Yeah. I like it. I will add something. There's also you've attached, or somehow it has been attached. There's a small like bellow between the front arm and the side.
Yes.
So almost like, you know how like flying squirrels have that.
I'm gonna send you a thing because that was a thing I had an idea for, and you
Oh
would
dear.
give me a second.
Oh no.
Okay.
Artificers and niche.
So something like that. Yeah, so yeah, you long rest, everybody.
Oi.
What does morning look like, folks? When you've done your resting? Has everyone done their long rest? Like, everyone has long rest. Does anybody want to have a quick break, grab a coffee, do stuff like that?
Might grab a coffee.
Okay, cool.
Um,
I'll do a pause. Everybody do a long
Arden's morning
rest.
would look like trying to scrape off the
Yeah,
black
the ash from the stuff. Yeah.
ash from the marks to try and get every little bit off to cover up any kind of
Hint that
sign
you're
of
up to doing
I've done
stuff.
something.
Yeah, of course. Right, I will pause this now. Welcome back. I've managed to throw coffee at the wall, and everybody is inventing horrific add-ons for scraps. We find ourselves in the morning in the bugbear's clearing, and you breakfast, and you are well rested. You are long rested. Pray, tell, what doth thou do?
Let's go and speak to a dead guy in a cellar.
Yeah.
Have you swapped your spells, dear Nyala?
I did. I have swapped my
Now,
spells. Everything is good on my hand.
So, down beneath Harmer amidst, you can smell the scent of fresh burning sage or some herb similar. Sage adjacent herbs have been burnt in the space above. There's some sort of morning ritual, and the air is hazy in the main body. You lift that bottom panel trapdoor and begin to proceed below into the tunnels that the little tunnel that runs beneath Harmer's shamanic hut, and you find yourself again in the space with this. It's just easy to say crucified, but I don't mean crucified. You know, this spread eagle, impaled individual. Yes.
How is Yara looking? Because I kind of with drink a lot.
Make me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, why? Why did I open my big mouth? I'm good.
What do you roll?
18 plus 3, so 21.
Jara is hanging. Jara has the most beautifully plaited hair in beautiful cornrows along their head that you did, Nyala, in the night after drying their hair.
What does Nyala's hair look like?
I mean, technically, she
What
is
did
starting.
what's Ijara done to Nyala?
She doesn't have much hair. But she's starting to regrow her hair, and she's letting it grow basically these days. But it's like very, very short hair, like something like this.
Yeah, Ijara has somehow managed to get you to have a wave in that short bit, so it's more like not a main, but it is also, it has like been designed, styled before the alcohol set in, before the bubbles from the Pros Echo had taken effect. And
God, we need to create that
that's a magic item.
in homebrew. Pros Echo.
Pros Echo.
Echo.
Your voice echoes magically in space as if you were standing in a 60-foot chamber made of stone. Then the booze started to affect the finer brew, not something Ajara's metabolism can seem to process as well. You've seen them wake from many large quaffs of ale and beer and hoppy type things. No, the Prosecco has ruined Ajara. They have rolled the grand total of they got 12 in total. So I know that they're holding on, but not looking great.
You okay-ish?
It feels like I have the worm back.
Yeah.
A little bit. This one doesn't whisper to me. It is just telling me I'm a fucking idiot.
No, you're not.
It says, you are a fucking idiot for listening to Niala about drinking the Prosecco.
It's good drink, okay? It's not the best. I had better, but it's a good thing.
If you say so. Come on, let's get this over with.
We had a good giggle.
What I remember, the laughs were good, but what about the tears?
Nothing to hear here, boys.
Come on.
Huh?
What?
Nothing.
As you look at Scraps and he's not Scraps anymore.
Mm.
Huh?
I'm not even going to ask.
Well, the demon broke him. Had to
Yeah,
build a new one.
Arden, you have a bit of ash on your cheek here. Like, hold on.
Rayla, did you take
There you
tips
go.
from how to make these scraps from the centaur? Because that guy's this scraps has got some fun behind.
All right. Okay. Thanks. Must have not cleaned my room properly.
Pete.
I have to have a word with Miff. Yeah,
During
I
the
like
break.
it.
Oh, it's all right. They're still learning.
How did you manage to get that on your neck? My God, you're filthy. Just
Right, come on. Stop with the Arden.
Some of us didn't spend the night in a jacuzzi. All right. Some of us killed a demon and then went straight to bed.
you didn't wave straight to bed.
He looks well rested. He looks better than both of us. Come on, do your spell. I have the sword ready just in case any funny business happens.
I'll be fine. Like, look, it's going to be as easy as this. Are we down there? Oh, that's crap. Like,
I like the scraps.
it's like she
Everyone
don't
agree with the new iteration.
Yeah,
I like
very
him.
cool.
He
Like,
can fly.
oh God.
Not for very long. He couldn't do a journey. But he can fly. 2 hours a day.
Eh. So she grab a finger, like draw a line, a purple line, separate in three, light them, and throw some kind of spell at the corpse. There.
It shudders. And the head just begins to loll.
I crack an emboldening bond. And I hold up one of the more, in fact, I put on one of the more medallions prior to this.
Okay. Ray.
I cast Disguise Self and I look like the orc guy. Dremnir.
Okay.
There.
Teeth form out of your
Should have
face.
discussed earlier what we were going to ask him.
Yeah, we didn't discuss this.
Yeah, you just went and cast the spell.
Yeah, because you pressed me to do it.
Yeah, that's kind of my fault.
You still have hashes, by the way.
Yeah. Welcome back, brother.
The head looks up, neck distorted, kind of shifted like 2 inches to the side, like the neck has been broken and is aligned. So when the head looks up, it's kind of looking up, but it's over the shoulder. And the unseeing eyes, that one is milky white, one has begun to melt down the face. Try to look upon you.
Dremnir's cover was blown in Kakanzak's. Where should he report to receive further assignment?
Damn cat found me out.
That one.
It turns a milky eye over to you, Rayla Dremnir. I don't know this one.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't the answer to my question.
Should report.
He's searching the name right now, I think.
The dead guy is buffering.
I'm trying to find the name.
Buffering.
Literally buffering.
Boy. Bit of a delay to the other side here. Nyala hasn't cast this spell in a while.
Literally.
Yeah. Her no resurrecting people rule probably has something to do with no sticking souls back in.
Well, it's only temporary.
Should report. Oh, where is the bloody name? Sorry.
It's all right.
To a letter, the page.
What? One more time.
A letter, the page.
Is that a name or is it words? Sorry, Pete.
That seems to be the name of an individual. A letter, the page.
Hey.
Page is in the occupation.
Letter the page.
Aletta. A letter.
Should we ask him where they are?
Where can we find a letter the page?
They can be found in Drosk.
Why is it always Drusk?
I have no idea, but that place is starting to annoy me.
Because
Specifically?
all money flows to Drosk.
I didn't say that out loud.
Bottom
Traded.
No. Specifically, where in Drosk?
They say
The Marble Court.
Okay.
His affectation. Ask him about his affectation.
About what? Sorry.
In the city, look, he looks very fine. Clothed. That there might be more where he is. Well, was.
You died bravely. Is there anyone or anything you wish us to do as last wishes?
State.
Can you say that again, Pete? Because you cut out for me.
burn my estate.
Burn my estate.
That was the last one.
No, it wasn't.
Was
No, because
Who should we report to? Where are they? Last wishes? We've got 5, haven't we?
no, you did. Who, where, specifically,
Oh,
and one slipped.
oh, you! Damn it, Nyala!
it wasn't me.
It was you.
No, I didn't say that out loud.
Why is it always Drosk?
Yeah, they heard it. You didn't say I'm at Minister.
Are we going to take him with us, or are we not?
Yes.
Okay. As he comes at it with a woodsman's axe.
Doesn't actually is. My next question would be, who the fuck are you?
I mean, we could ask the shaman that.
As
be
Rayla
honest.
comes in with the steel chair.
Yeah. Yeah, just as this fill space, you have like like a thread of violet coming back to Yola. She catches it like up.
And you feel that their voice goes from here.
Okay. I'm
Not
gonna
bad.
go take to go
Go
see
ahead.
Rel and see if I can find go find like some salt.
Yep, that's a good idea.
Or we could
And then
smoke it.
next, give it
Could also
shy of
smoke
2 weeks. We will. No, please don't. That the smell in
No.
it would
I
be
mean, as a
horrible.
preservation.
Yeah,
thing.
I know. The smell would still be horrible.
Yeah, the smell would be horrible. Salt is
Just
better.
stick him in a bag of salt.
Okay,
And then
I'll
in
go
10
see
days'
Rel and
time-
ask him for a bag of salt.
Oh no! I'm not using any humanoid flesh in any of my things now. Sorry,
No,
Ray. I'm not cooking
need
any
to-
of that.
We need to somehow preserve him to take him back where he's supposed to go, and I really don't want him smelling up the coach.
Yeah, and find you out some salt when you're able to salt this head. You may
He's
put
like,
in your
no, His excuse is
D&D,
we're
man.
trying to preserve him and
D&D.
take him back to his family. It is not a good one.
You can put onto your sheet one
Head in a
salted
bag.
head.
Salted head.
Thank you.
So in 10 days' time, we ask him again his name. And
I am
any
getting
further
weirder
questions
and
we
weirder,
might
and
think
I'm
of
loving it.
further down the line. But
Yeah.
that was good. A letter, the page, the marble
Unknown.
court, Drosk. We're probably going to track down Dremnir that way anyway, but at least
Salted.
now we have an idea of where Dremnir is going. If they know this information, which they probably do. But it just goes to show they don't all know each other. There's different cells, different sects.
Different
Bag of
sects,
holding.
I wouldn't know, but
So now in my inventory, in the bag of holding, it says unknown salted head in a bag.
That's proper D&D. You get a head
I
in a
don't
bag.
know if it's proper D&D or not, but
Let's just be careful when we come up against any figures of authority that ask to search us when we've got a head in a bag.
bag of holding.
It's not
You have to
exactly
know
a
what's in
good
it.
look.
yeah.
Oh, true. Yes, forget that. You've got that. You needed
Yeah,
all
I
those
built
for a
it.
long time. Awesome. Right.
Like this morning. I'm 100% not
So-
kidding.
I pull out the ring.
Draws you ever
Is it being
northward.
pulled
Ever northward as you make out. Out
towards
through the
Molten
runway.
Soul?
Towards Modern Cell, currently. Yeah.
Okay. I
Ugh,
haven't reached the other side yet then.
we gotta go in the big city. And lucky
That
for
is
you,
if we are following them. Or are we going to continue chasing down these devils?
what tunnels?
Devils.
Ah, devils. Well, to be fair, Arden, I feel like the devils are going to be somewhere in the city at one point. Because there's a lot of people, there's a lot of desperate people,
I'm
desperate
just worried
souls.
that we're going further away from Kakanzaks, and there could be potentially some there as well. Maybe you need to message Litiana and give them some warning that there might be some devils wandering the city and have.
Already knows that.
Yes,
The
but
bitch that she is knows that.
yeah.
Oh,
Mentioned about the towers.
Ijara. Ijara looks like wide-eyed at Nyala. Nyala.
What?
Glad you're coming around to my way of thinking for once.
Shut up.
I was about to say you sound like Arden.
What you've done to me?
Secrets and lies, secrets and lies. All for
It's
the
not
end.
the same thing.
It is.
I'm responsible for all that shit. I still feel bad. I still feel very
she could have-
conflicted.
And she could have warned you. And she didn't.
To be fair, she didn't know. We didn't know we were going to go to those towers until we found this bloody
Yeah,
tube.
but she knew about the place and what it did, and she knows we're looking into these things. So why not share that information?
Look, you only share your information about the towers when we stumble into the information and we ask you.
What?
You did.
Oh, well, yeah, but that was because it jogged a memory, not because it was hiding things.
It kind of is a hiding thing, isn't it? Isn't that a monk secret?
But the towers have nothing to do. Are you talking about the towers up north, or are you talking about the Geodian knots?
I mean,
Yes.
how the fuck does your towers work, by the way?
I don't know. I clean the boats.
The boat. Hold on. What boats?
I don't.
No. Backtrack. What boats? What do we do with those boats?
Boats that would take people to the towers and they would come back empty. Boats that would boil in the sea and burn. Especially.
Oh, sorry. I've lost everybody. I don't know what's happening.
people just went there?
Sorry,
I
can
was a
we
child.
rewind? I completely cut out from everybody there.
No,
Sorry.
it's all right.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. Just saying about the boats.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
you said I got to boats that were covered in a special, and it stopped.
Yeah, like they're
And
prepared
yeah, I was
so that
basically trying to make him have the thought process that the
I was a
Geode and
child.
his towers might not be too far away of the same system.
I was a child. I did as I was told.
I don't blame you for that. I don't blame you for that. I wasn't even born. Hold on, wait. How old were you?
I had never left Slevitt before. I didn't know what was normal and what wasn't.
7. You come from there.
You know this. You know I come from
I-
Slevitt.
No, you told me the continent. You didn't tell me where precisely.
Slevitt.
Okay. Sure. Anyway, just oh, this
I
is
was
a
a
mess.
teenager, right? I was
How old?
15, 16 at most. I left home when I was 14.
And you are technically about 10 years old. Oh yeah, I was barely something like 5 even. I don't know. I don't know when I was born.
Look,
I don't have a birthday. I have a birth week.
that's beside the fact. Anyway.
Yeah.
What are we doing? Are we chasing down Dremnir or are we going after devils?
We are
We've
going
killed
to.
one.
Yeah.
Supposedly one of the more powerful ones. The rest are some kind of draconic devil fuckery.
I feel like in the big city we are going to find at least one of them.
You know where I think some of them might go as well,
Yeah.
considering their nature? The Norn. Not to mention I still have that frozen heart. If we made our way over there, we could always double back and then go back to Mordenson afterwards.
It's a long way.
So there's Mordenson.
The route you would know is mostly is a safer route, a regular trade route going between the Iron
Come
Route
at
and
the other
Mordens.
end of the Iron Route, we make our way to the main routes, straight over towards Norn, and then we can travel back along the same road towards Mordenson.
Are we going to be well received though? Like it's a lot is going to happen. Look, there.
We're not going to be well received anywhere, apart from Kanzaks. Nobody knows who the fuck we are. Rightly so.
We
Who the fuck are
literally
we?
bring a hut. We're in trouble. And the Nord basically got blackmailed by the Lich.
Didn't you say, like, Arden, didn't... oh, wait a minute. Yes, Ijara was there. Didn't you say, like, that you know that the non respect the heart? The heart is returned to the family of a dead
Yeah,
dragonborn.
yes.
It is a key, not a
If anything, hopefully
disparage.
it would mean that we would get an audience and they would at least hear us out before throwing us back onto the road. They are proud people.
What
True
little
enough.
you...
Them maybe I could probably count on the amount of times on one hand, and I only ever witnessed it. I was never, again, I was a child, part of a caravan, military routes. Sometimes the Norn were involved. Look. Finding more allies can't be a problem, surely.
I'm just worried. Sure. Let's
Layla,
try the Norns.
what do you
I can.
think?
To be honest, I'm just listening, and Norns. Do you think devils go to see the Norns? We should check
I
on
think
the
if
Norns.
I was a draconic devil and there was a whole clan of dragonborn wandering around on this continent, it would be a great place to start.
Good point.
Especially
Did
if
not
I
know the
didn't
Norns were
want to have
draconic.
to compete with
I
my
didn't
other
know they were
brothers in the
dragonborn.
cities.
Dragon for dragon does make sense. How far would it take to get from the Norns to Mordenstall?
Well, it's more about how far it would take it for us to get from here to the Norn.
So you're going to travel direct. You're going to travel diagonally
That's my
north,
problem. I'm having
west,
trouble with the map in my head.
no, northwest.
Yeah, it's. Let me look up the map. Bear with
How
me.
long would it take to get from here to where the Norns live?
We'd have to go past essentially the entrance to Mordenstall to get there.
Yeah.
You kind of trek up. You could take a more direct route if you go. Let me look at it because the Norns aren't marked on the map because they care not to be.
They're like on the map I'm looking at. I forget where they are. Are they like north of the Renmain Peaks, or are they past Mordenstall and on the west coast of that bit where you've got the broken ice shelves?
I'm just going to grab the map up so we're looking at the same thing. Do you want to do a screen share so we can look at the same one? We're all on the same version, League. If I just
sure.
allow multiple participants, there you go. You should be able to share it, and then we can all look at the same map. And I'm not having to hunt out the same version.
This one.
Yeah, so
So are they here or are they here, essentially?
you know that they are on the lower part.
So they're
North
here.
of the remote, yeah.
Oh, that's a long way.
Western
That is a long
reaches.
way. That's what I've been saying.
Yeah.
It is
So
the
so we're currently like here.
Yeah, on the edge of the knots.
Rather than going up towards Mordenstall through the Iron Route, would be then travelling the other way and going directly west, essentially.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're
And then we'd have to go
traveling.
back through the Iron Route to go
And
back
then we'd
to
have to
Mordenstall.
come back and then go back up north.
That's a long way. That's the thing.
It is a long way, but if we got there, they might, for all we know, the Norn could have a route across the ice shelves to get to Mordenstall.
Yeah, with it at the back of dragons.
Boat? We could borrow a dragon.
Yeah,
Only you had a couple of dragons.
yeah. And
Shucks.
basically, they got stole their two offsprings that are in Drosk right now.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
we could
we
also
should
use
warn them
that
that-
as a bargaining chip as well, saying, hey,
think it's-
there's an adversary of ours that's kidnapped two young ice dragons that you'd probably like to have back. Maybe anything you could do to help us get them back, that would be great.
True, we should, out of decency, tell them that two of their children were kidnapped.
It's not so much the children, but like children of their deities, almost.
Hmm.
Look,
Would you like to make me a history check, young Arden? And Niala, you can make one too also.
Okay. Where is my history? Oh, I have +5 in history. 17 + 5, 22.
Ooh, lovely. Okay, you can stop that share now. We're on the same page now. Go back to full screen.
I also got a 22.
Nice.
Nice. You both start when you say
Don't forget your
deity.
D4.
Oh yeah. With that D4, that would be 26.
Okay, so what you both know, is that the Dragonborn of Earl are tasked with the upkeep and protection of the dragons that exist. You also, to your knowledge, know that there are chromatic dragons here. So white, black, blue, red, green, but you're not aware of any. Oh, and you would know that there are some of the metallics. There are metallics here as well, but none of the crystal stuff. So I'm just letting you know that that stuff from the Treasury of Dragons, bits and bobs, are not on Earth.
Just chromatic and metallic.
Yes,
Shame.
to your knowledge. And you know that, yeah, each of the type of Dragonborn tend and look after their color match of dragon. They're kind of like the keepers of such things. Excuse me. And from what you're saying, you think any information relating to a missing dragons would be very, very, very useful. You would also know that quite well, you know for a fact that a white dragon was taken against its will by the Lich, or what you thought was the Lich Alavisca, but was not Alavisca at all. Merely a whelp of a king's son wearing the mask. Who had harvested some of the power from the Lich. So you have bargaining chips in the having a heart. You have bargaining chips in terms of information relating to they are.
The heart is the heart of a dragonborn.
Yes.
An ice dragonborn.
A white dragonborn
White
that they
dragonborn.
found on the peaks leading up to the Lich's lair just before meeting sexy satyr boy. Not satyr, sexy centaur.
I vote to talk to the Norns and talk to the dragon people. Because it feels like we have a lot of errant threads in that direction.
I mean, we were meant to go there earlier, but yeah.
And plus, I think they will help us deal with a lot of the Venet things, especially when we say that Venet stole 2 of their babies.
Okay, so we're going to travel to the Norns, are we?
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay,
How
so
long is it going to take?
it's
A
going
long
to
I
take
time.
think
a long
we
while.
need allies.
But shall we? Do we want to just not do the exploration? Do we want to get straight to the Norns? Do we want to do some exploration time? It's up to you,
Let's do
folks.
some exploration
Let's do
time.
some
Why not? We're
exploration,
going
yeah.
to parts. We're going to head over into parts of Frohouse we haven't
Yeah,
been
deep
before, so-
Frohouse. And are you going? So there is. I will let you know. A line of trade that runs between Mord and Sal and the Norns. More travelled. You would know this, Arden, from your maps that you've seen. You would also know that there is a line that runs from Merin to the Norn. But the quickest route for you here is straight across from Einroot. Straight across from the Einroot forest, which is less travelled. There's never been a direct trade route from this point in where you are on the map from east to west. So it is going to be wilderness in this way, or are you going to the Morden Sale route? No, hold on. What am I talking about? I mean, Kanzax to Norn. So there's a straight up and a diagonal route that goes more travelled from Kanzax to the Norn. But if you go straight across, like heading directly west, which you would be doing now, it's going to be less travel for some of the way.
Less travel. I mean, I think we should try to not waste too much time and.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
Less travel, little bit of exploration.
Good.
How long
Yeah,
would it
yeah.
take?
It's going to take probably at least a month over the ice.
Oh boy.
Okay.
But we will not do a month's worth of travel stuff, all right?
No.
Let me just find some words.
Like
We do need to do the
a week and a
memory
skip?
stuff.
Like a week and then skip a week.
I think we're just going to do some random tables to get us there.
Okay.
Okay, let me just get some tables, and I have some wonderful tables because I have bought a very cool little book. Let me find this.
While we're at the
Go on.
bugbear place,
Mhm.
can I pick up some supplies, like some cooking stuff and
Yes.
some jars of lanthanol to fuel Scraps' headlight?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Just spend the gold as is
Yeah.
needed. Okay.
So I have no idea what money would be for cooking stuff. I suppose we just go by rations.
Yeah, let's do some rations.
Sure.
Okay. Let's have a D100 from. Let's go round. Let's go start with Arden.
D100.
Yeah. We'll do a couple of these, and then we'll maybe start with a couple of these for next session as well.
72.
How many?
72.
Okay. You board the cart and you start traveling, and about 3 days into your journey, you come across a very strange sight. It's strange because you have no idea why someone would not be wearing clothes and be wandering in the wastes. You see an individual blue with cold and frostbite. Fingers are they're probably not going to be able to keep their fingers. And they are bought for a simple loincloth. They are they're naked. They have no equipment with them. They are wandering, mad with cold, just trekking in a direction. You can sort of just see them off a little way, trudging through the snow.
Guys.
Yeah,
What is
I
it?
see
Is
him.
it more zombies? Oh, it looks like a zombie.
I bet he wish he
Can I
was.
see? You know, in the cold, can I see his breath leaving his face?
You can.
Okay, so not a
Short,
zombie.
shallow breaths.
Hey! You alright?
Turn towards you and just start stumbling, falling
In
into the
our
snow.
direction.
Yeah, in your direction. Yeah,
So
they're
you're gonna
moving
have to save
so slowly. They are exhausted.
Okay, I think it's time for an emergency saving.
I do the yeah on the bears.
They behave as you would expect. Bjorn
Bjorn and Espen, I think.
Bjorn and
I'm not sure.
Espen, yeah, they march
I
out.
think it was previously established that Ray's proficiency in land vehicles means he steers.
Yes, yeah, and you move towards this individual. They kind of like hold onto the edge of the cart, and you can see their fingers are like all bent in and black, and they just can move their hands, their arms,
Okay.
kind of thing, and they just shake. Their whole body shakes.
Somebody give me a hand. If she
Pull
tries
them
to.
in.
Yeah, I try to help
I
them
get them in.
into the cart. Yeah.
Every touch you put upon this body, they wince.
I know, buddy. I know.
I prepare prestidigitation with my all-purpose tool. I use it to warm 5 feet worth of stuff, which is him, and I cast Cure Wounds on him.
Yeah,
Or am I jumping in front of people?
No, good.
You-
No,
Carry
you
on.
go on.
you put them
Warm
inside. and
5 feet of inorganic matter, which is just a blanket I throw on him.
Mhm.
So I make a hot blanket,
Yeah, you start.
and I
he's
cast
still-
Cure Wounds.
Sharon, can you get me some tea, please?
Yes. Tea. I'm on it. And then the kettle's on, and
So, does he require Cure Wounds in?
yes, you will have to cast that spell. I would say to keep him with you.
I'm going to cast it at second level because he looks like he needs it.
Yeah, that's fine. Some of
He
the colour
regains 11 hit points.
starts to curl back to their face. They quake. They shake. The teeth are still
Though
like together.
I can't
You-
do
the
much about your hands. They
Yeah.
seem a little gone. Well, I could.
Thank,
Don't have time.
thank you. Thank the God. Bless my Laura.
What are you
Anyone
doing?
got like a spare outfit?
I think I have a dress.
I got like a
Jesus.
coat. I go around and find like other people's like spare bits to try and like give him clothes to wear. I'm sorry, but I don't think mine are gonna fit you.
Yeah,
Stick him in front of the fire immediately.
Yeah.
I get
He-
like my cloak and just like
he kind
throw
of
it
just
over
lifts his
shoulder.
hands
Mm.
and just like they are ruined. But kind
Do
of
they
just
appear to be going gangrenous,
yeah,
as sometimes can happen?
yes, it's blackened and they're like claws. They do not move.
How did you end up in such state?
Arden, if
Tell her. Tell her.
Arden, if we leave his hands like that and they thaw out, he can turn to gangrene.
Healing will do. Some.
Did you make any more potions?
I've got one left.
Does it look like the type of injury that cure wounds could fix his fingers?
No,
Or are they
I'm going to
just dead
say
now?
for this is no.
Okay. So, from what Jack knows about medicine, frostbitten fingers can turn gangrenous quite easily,
Indeed.
which could kill him quicker than the cold.
I do have something that might. I've got acid.
Acid.
No, I can get rid of them. It's just trying to convince him his hands aren't required anymore.
I think he knows.
It's
Huh?
it's from the knuckles to the fingers.
sir, your hands are dead.
Not the entire hand, but the fingers.
Well, your fingers are dead. And
Yes.
unfortunately, especially if we let them thaw out, you'll turn to gangrene.
Yes.
I don't think I'll
So,
even feel them anymore.
I think I will. We are too far away from adequate medical supplies, so I might need to fix it.
What does that mean?
You're going to
Um,
lose your fingers.
And potentially kill you.
If you don't, if your
No,
fingers
charisma.
are left untreated, unremoved, you could potentially make yourself worse. Lose your whole hands, lose your arms, maybe even your own life.
It'll spread.
So,
Do what you must.
Check to fix this guy's hands.
Yeah.
In the
Just,
way
just,
that we have
just,
established.
just, I can't watch. Find my eyes.
Okay. I pour on him pure ethanol to make it so it's at least relatively clean,
Sterile.
which I have as alchemist supplies, just pure like 100% alcohol.
Can
I-
make acid, by the way, with the
And
alchemy
I just-
check.
Cover up his eyes.
I literally just, well, before you do that, I just ask him to look over there. And then I just clock him on the back of the head.
Stunning strike. Good idea.
It's probably best that he's not conscious.
Yeah. Isn't that the same thing you did?
I think you stunned Nyala by accident.
you stunned the internet connection.
Oh dear. And yeah, she's gone.
I think we should stop until Nyala comes back.
Make a strength saving throw. Kicked
Oh,
out.
she's
There
back.
we go.
Yeah.
She did a saving throw. Brilliant.
Bleh. Like,
So, do you want me to roll the medicine?
Yes, I would love you to roll medicine to see how
Yeah.
successful you are removing this individual's fingers. You may do it at advantage because you have Arden assisting.
did you hear
And-
anything that I said?
No.
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 And I have cure wounds prepared.
What
In
was
case
you?
this
What were
guy
you
goes
saying?
wrong.
Hold on, before we go ahead with this roll. Yeah.
It's not important. She was just jesting about the fact that Arden did the same thing in the manner that she made her look away to pop a finger right back when Rook broke it.
Yeah.
Okay. +7 with advantage.
Here we go.
Where is it? I don't roll medicine often. Oh,
I have a +9 to medicine.
hey, 18.
It's successful.
Good.
The blood vessels are also ruined, so there's very little blood as you hack these black digits off. And eventually he returns to consciousness after you've bound his hands.
I think I messed up and rolled it 3 times in accident.
Oh, it only came through once, so you're all right. We get them nice and comfortable in front of the fire, wrapped up, and
Yeah, there's obviously a great deal of shock and levels of exhaustion have kicked into this individual.
no need to talk now. We'll let you rest. We will talk afterwards.
I magic cure wounds his hands to so he doesn't have to deal with the healing process.
Yeah. I will say that's part of that second level spell that you did. someone else roll me a D100. Let's go for Mr. Enchapar.
Is he just in the cart now?
He's going to be in the cart because you're letting him recover for a couple of days. You can question him after the next roll.
Cool.
I'll potentially save that till next session when we actually.
What would be the question though? Like his name, what he does, why is he here, this
What's
kind
he
of stuff.
doing in the middle of?
Next of kin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, Nyala did ask him the question. Like, didn't answer anything that you said, Pete.
You don't happen to be a magic devil hunter that knows
He-
a lot about crystals and the more.
He said the teller.
Teller.
The teller.
Wow. Okay.
Sounds like somebody owes money.
What's that D100 for me, Mr. Enchapar, please?
$86.
86. This is so fucking fitting.
Oh God.
God, I fucking love random tables. The wind whips up as you travel on this day. And the snow has been falling hard, but on this day it is just wind. And it is pushing snowdrifts and whipping up the snow from where it has lain. And as you travel along, you find or you make out something protruding from the snow. Sticking out at sort of 45-degree angle, you see something kind of it's a blackish red, so it stands out very, very boldly against the snow. What would you like to do?
Along close to it to see if I can get a look at it. Is it just a blackish red thing?
It is blackish red. It is like a pole that sticks out at this kind of circumference. Maybe like this. And it has a pointed tip to it.
Can I send Scraps along to just see what happens?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, have him like look about, so I don't have to bring Espen and.
Mark 7.
Did that happen? I'm
no.
confused.
No.
Okay.
No, just
Good.
shit on you.
I've only just redesigned him. I can't have Mark 7 this soon. I have no new ideas.
Yeah. I can send Queenie also, by the way, if you want.
I just was
you
thinking
move over
it's
to the
me.
you move over to the thing, and you can sort of make out nothing happens to the individuals. Queenie, if you Queenie Niala through the eyes, make me a nature check.
Nature. Is it nature wisdom?
Nature
It's
is
intelligence. It's intelligence.
Intelligence.
Yes. Which I don't understand why.
That's a
14 plus 5, so 19?
It's a bone.
A bone? A red
It's
bone?
a bone. A red black bone.
Oh dear. Full on it.
Okay. What kind of bone? Like,
You can tell it's bone,
I
but you've not
get
seen
off
anything
the
this
cart.
big.
okay. Guys?
I get
Arden,
off the
did you
cart
say
and
you
go
try and
towards
pull
where
it?
Scraps is.
No way. It's like this. It's deep.
It's like
I start digging around it.
Scraps helps dig.
Why
You
is there
dig down.
bone in like?
You find another segment attached, almost a similar size, but this one's slightly curved.
Digging. Keep digging.
You find an adjoining bone that goes off at almost a right angle to this one, and then another one that goes along further.
The fuck? What is this?
Okay.
Keep
How-
digging.
Medicine check.
This
Mhm.
is
What
not
does it appear to
human.
be? No, it's this big.
Yeah, the
My
circumference of
brain-
the bone is getting like it's like this. One thing you will notice is it is very porous,
Like a bird
Porous.
bone.
similar.
Like honeycomb.
Yeah.
So it's an avian creature. Are we looking at a giant wing?
This is a dragon wing.
Possibly. Can
Oh
I?
my god, I'm so excited. He starts digging with just mentalness because
We
now an
found a
artificer has
dragon
found
corpse.
dragon bones.
I. Oh my god! Right. Hold on.
Have we?
You're going to
Have
hurt
we?
yourself.
Have we though? Have we though? Let's keep
He
digging.
turns his
We
all-purpose tool into a shovel and starts
Fucking
going for it.
load that shit up into the grave.
You dig
Okay,
and you dig
I would like
and you dig.
How much dragon bone is it?
Enough
You-
to make cool shit.
You find a mass of dragon bone. You find an entire
Yes.
wing that you are able to uncover. Well,
Okay.
you find. Let me get you something that I can show you.
Yeah, because I was going to ask if
How
it's an
Big
adult
is a
wing.
dragon bone? How big
Uh,
would the wing be? And can
Oh,
we get it on
shit.
the cart?
Very, very big.
We can get it in a bag of holding, surely.
Yeah, but a bag of
Yeah.
holding has a certain weight limit.
Oh well, we'll see.
Not the whole thing.
No.
Cool.
You find this much. So you find this piece and this piece and some of this adjoining bracket here.
Okay. I would like to. How big are the bones apart from each other? Like a bone.
I'm going to say they are about. These wingspans are going to be massive, aren't they? So that mean?
I mean, if it's an adult, it's massive.
Yeah, this
It's
is
really,
an
really
adult. This is going to be an adult dragon. Bits.
Okay. So the artificer has access to a dragon bone.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's.
I would like to make it into manageable-ish sizes of
Mhm.
about me long
You do that
Which-
over the course of a little while.
with my tool set
Of course.
to make it packable.
Yes.
You can
Now-
put it in your bag of holding.
I'm wondering, will it fit in a bag of holding?
Once it is
And will it max
manageable,
out the bag of holding?
Probably.
Going to be pretty full.
Yeah, because my bag of holding is already half full.
We just need to get it in the cart. Once it's in the cart, it's fine.
Can I just turn it to like three, like about 5 foot long sections and just stack it
Yeah.
like firewood?
You can. Yeah, it takes a good 2 days.
Are there any claws or talons attached
That's
to that
what I'm
part of that wing,
gonna
that
ask next.
wing bracket?
There is one from that top corner.
Okay, cool.
That the end one is already snapped off. That's not there. That
Okay.
might have been taken at a previous time. It's not on the end. But the one that's kind of would be like the equivalent of maybe like an elbow.
Like that hook that they have
Yeah,
on the
that
elbow.
hook one. Yeah, that's the one.
Isn't
We'll
that
talk
a
later,
magic
Jack.
item?
We'll talk, Jack, later. We'll talk later.
What?
Isn't that
We'll
a
talk
magic
later.
item? Like,
Me and you.
Yeah.
Can I do a thing now?
What's that?
Luke said we'll talk later.
Yeah,
and
we'll
me and
talk
Luke never
later.
talk
Let's talk
outside
later
of
about
D
it.
and D.
That's good.
Oh, we talk. Well,
Let's do it.
it's not
let's-
intentional.
well, you
Let's-
never come on the Rambling Mondays.
Yeah, I
though.
always do the interviews, and you just ding it. You're busy. You're a busy man.
I am a busy guy. I'm sorry.
Mm.
I didn't mean it as a thing. It was just you're quite
No,
busy.
it's all right. It's all right.
So
We see you less. Yeah.
you have the thing. You have the bones of the dragon. It takes a day or so to be able to chop, shape, and
Inventories these dragon bones going in.
inventory these into the cart. Your
And
individual
how much
has
is it?
warmed up somewhat now and is able to, with a great deal of discomfort, make them way around.
Can we finish there, Gang?
Yeah.
And then come back to interrogating who we've picked up next week. And
Yeah.
I will be sending Jack a load of fucking ideas.
Interesting things to do with dragon bones.
Yeah.
Okay,
You think
so
maybe I could get something with dragon bones also?
Well, I know exactly where there's an entire dragon skeleton
we know.
that we never got to get to because we were running for our lives.
Yeah.
But one day, maybe we can
saying,
return there.
if it's uncommon or lower, I can do it right quick.
Nah. Well, maybe.
This is going to be a thing.
Right. I will give you a quick recap for the session. So, you have left the Iron. You have successfully spoken to and revealed underneath the shaman's hut in the Ironroot Forest. Found an individual pinned there by previous adventurers, or at least exsanguinated or excrystallated by previous adventurers. You have done some experiments to see if the crystals would react to the body, and there was no reaction. You then spoke to the individual who was trapped here and had spoken to the devil. The devil then, that individual was then taken back to the Fey realm by a very beautiful centaur. And then Nyala and Ijara had girls' night. Arden mocked and wrecked with Alaviska the Lich.
Great.
Ray, yeah.
Girls' night and undead lich night.
Yeah, Ray reconstructed and reformed Scraps into a new flying winged beast, and you then had some breakfast, left, and have travelled and found a naked guy and
some
part of a
dragon
dragon wing. Okay, how's that sound for a recap?
It's-
That sounds like
Is
a
there-
heavy session.
It's been eventful.
Pete,
Yeah.
is there like a measurement of how much dragon bones we got, or is there just a nebulous thing?
It's
We'll
a
work it out.
nebulous thing. I will tell you
Okay.
when you can stop crafting stuff out of dragon bone.
Cool.
All right.
Depending
One
on
of the
the
things I
things
want
that
to
we
make
tried to
is a
craft.
dragon, because imagine just having a little statue of a dragon made out of dragon bones.
Oh my god, are you going to have like a little homunculus dragon?
I mean, I can cast Tiny Servant and have access to dragon bone.
That's
You have also
cute.
access to.
Right,
Yeah.
let's think about it.
Right.
Yeah.
I
But that
will
was
see
fun.
you next week, everybody. That was lovely.
Yes,
Thank you for
definitely,
playing.
100%.
Okay.
It was good to see
Pete.
you all and being well. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Dragon bones
I
have
know I'm
magic
going-
in them.
And I'm going to bother you with this again, but we really should advance on the memory thing.
Oh, the memory thing. So,
Yeah. We've left it for a while now, I think.
yeah, so let me go into that now. Is that the one that we're doing as the little thing, the thread?
Yeah.
Oh, with the memory thing where you're trying to get into the.
Yeah, to get my memory.
Mm-hmm.
Some of it.
See you later, gang.
Yeah. All right.
Bye.
Cheers, Luke.
No,
See
it's
you
all right.
later.
Cheers for a fun session as per
Yeah.
usual.
Send
Absolutely loved
me
it.
your ideas, because you
I
probably
will
know more
send you
about
some
D&D rules than
ideas
before.
that It's just whether it's stuff that Pete would allow.
Okay, I will see you later.
You know how I made